Hello. Yo, everybody. How's it going? Yep, here it is. First time playing this thing. Because I had no interest in it back when it came out since it was a handheld game from Sony. Well, for a Sony handheld. But yeah, now they modernize it a bit and put it on PC. I'll give it a shot. Pretty good. You had the day off. How you been? This is one of your favorite games of all time. That is high praise. Everything I've always seen of it made it look a bit meh to me. I don't know, it's weird, chat. A lot of people who are fans of Final Fantasy VII will cream their jeans over Zack for some reason, because he is actually only a very minor part of the original FF7, but people idolize him for some reason despite that. Like, I actually forgot about Zack after I finished playing the game for years, until like they announced like the new Final Fantasy VII stuff back in like the mid-2000s. But hey, he got his own game a couple of years back, and now I get another game version, and maybe in the the remake stuff. So maybe I'll finally see why everyone likes Zack so much. He always just seemed like typical anime hero to me. Like everything he says, like, I got to do it to save my friend, that kind of stuff. Minor, but a pretty important part, seeing as Cloud. Yeah, he's also he won. Yeah, it's a very minor role, but he's basically like the proto Cloud. But some people really latched onto him for some reason. So much so they made a prequel game. Nomura had a hand in this. Well, yeah, he designed all the characters. He does a lot these days. He's a pretty important bigwig over there at Square Enix. That's him to a T. That's what I always got whenever I saw like a clip of him here and there. I'd be like, all right, time to like do what's good for humanity. I gotta do what's right and follow my heart. That kind of stuff. You'd see in like your typical like anime that is also usually trash. What do you think of Death Stranding 2 so far? I've seen nothing that you haven't seen, so I like the character design of like I'm guessing the Troy Baker character. That looked pretty damn nice. As for that's really all you got, is right? Do you like the look of some of these characters? If so, I guess you got a positive opinion on it. I'm just wondering if you're delivering packages again, because I don't see how that's gonna work again. Like that gameplay. I mean, you don't really need to reconnect. I mean, they already got like the network up, right? So I'm kind of wondering how that's gonna play out, is my current curiosity. I have a question for you, Mr. Dartigan. I'm going to ask Kate about this too. Do you want to go to Japan with me for the Mario Land? I will buy you a plane ticket, but if you don't want to, that's fine. Well, I would feel really bad if someone bought me a plane ticket to Japan. I don't even have a passport, my dude. So it would be an ordeal for me to even go with that. I had to like get a passport and everything else. So I'd rather you just like have a good time in Japan, because buying someone else a plane ticket, that ain't cheap. But I appreciate that. But I mean, that's the most generous thing anyone's ever offered to me before. I'll admit that. He's a doctor. You're a doctor. I feel like Fresh is making that up. Hello there. I'm big in Japan all night. Oh well. But hey, if you can convince Kate, maybe she can convince me. I don't know. Don't want to be kidnapped. It ain't that. I'm one of those people that get really weirded out when people like give me stuff that I just like, especially someone I've never technically even met. Feels like I'm taking advantage of them. I mean, it just always kind of would. It's like, oh, I'm not taking advantage of this guy. This must have cost him thousands of bucks. I would just feel like a piece of shit, I think. I think most people are like that when they get that. No one really likes to accept stuff that's too expensive. Think Bitcoin is still going to last, or will it just die down for a while before? It's what always happens. It has bull runs, and then it has bear runs. You look back through its entire history, that's what it's been. So wait until like 2024, or 2025, you'll probably see you'll have another bull run. All doctors aren't rich, but Argent's richer than 99% of chat. I mean, how would you know all this personal information though? You guys talking offline or something? Should give me all the expensive gifts. I mean, well, I guess you have to make your right online friends. But no, I seriously appreciate it. Just that, yeah, I would have to like go get a passport before I could even make that happen. And who knows how long that might take. Especially where I live. And he talks in chat and I have a good memory. I mean, hey, I'm glad he's doing well enough to offer Japan trips to people. Are you going to have fun sending this one? Maybe. It seems like it's, chock full of bullshit. That's usually a sign of a good fun. Oh yeah, before I do anything else, let me send out these announcements. Like I said, hey, if you can convince Kate, maybe she'll convince me. She's pretty good at that. That's your best bet, I guess, getting me to accept that. But, okay, there's the Discord bomb, and now the YouTube. I accidentally left up the research stream announcement on YouTube from yesterday, and I didn't even realize it until I went and uploaded this one. I was like, oh shit, that's been up for 24 hours. That ain't how that's supposed to work. Dartigan is not ready for Genesis and his poetry. I'm aware of the corniness of this game, trust me. You can get a passport in like a week if you get it expedited, which is really easy to do. I've never gotten a passport before since I've never traveled out of the US. A completely foreign, I mean, new concept to me. Finally here on time. Hey, Solo Jimbo, how's it going, man? Also, is the piano music, the music overpowering me? It shouldn't be, looking at my meters. Just want to be careful. Been streaming a lot of, like, going back and forth between streaming on console and PC recently, so audio gets weird and different between the two. Good? Alright. Dex, don't make me lock you up in the bathroom. Here, get under my foot, or you'll be quiet. Played the original and loved it. I mean, I never did, because I never owned a handheld to play it on. Would you ever use TikTok? I mean, Google has the same service as TikTok with its shorts, so if I were to start making that kind of content, I'd likely use YouTube. And there's, it's looking more and more like TikTok, I almost said Tic Tac, might get banned in the US, so it might not even be worth the effort to get started. You can't smile in passport photos? Well, why would you? Can't just give me your good side. Let me turn my head to the side, no. I mean, you never smile on any, basically, like, government ID. You don't want to look happy for the government. I already hope that finally happens. The music is, I mean, I've never used TikTok. I've never really cared that much for it. I don't really have any strong negative opinions about it. I mean, the same opinions some people have about TikTok are probably the exact same negative opinions some people had about YouTube when that was a new thing. Like, can you believe what these kids are doing these days? They're just uploading themselves, talking to a camera. It's just like the same thing. I always say, avoid becoming the old man who's like, oh, I distrust new things. I'm just, aware that, because it's a Chinese developed, owned app, and the way the US government is currently going, and I think they actually announced legislation today, bipartisan legislation even, about supposedly they're planning to ban it, so it doesn't seem like it'd be worth it. My passport photo was from a freshman year in college, and now I have a beard, so when I travel to Europe, they look at me a little longer. Well, yeah, I guess that would possibly change things up a little bit. Do you think this game is going to be like FF7 Remake where it mostly follows? I believe this is just straight up graphical remaster. It's not really like FF7 where they took the core idea and completely decided to like play around with it. This is just like, hey, let's take that original game, make it look better, and play a little bit better. And that's all they did. I think they also re-recorded the voice lines with new actors. Only thing that unites the United States government, hatred of China. Well, the Chinese government. But, or I'd say it's not even hatred, it's more like distrust. Kind of a Cold War of, thing. App harvest your data and give it to the CC, supposedly. These kids, he just sits here and talks about games, and yeah, I mean, look at what I do. I sit here and play games and make stupid, ass recipe jokes. There's plenty of people like, this is just bullshit. Why are the kids watching this? So, I have no room to sit there and complain about, like, oh, TikTok, it's so weird. The kids, they're just, like, filming in vertical. So I try not to. Like, hey, people are gonna like what they like. So, this game here, chat, we're in for an adventure, I believe. I'm gonna, get my controller ready. Hopefully, it'll record properly. Seems like it's working. Alright, options real quick. I'm guessing they decided to, like, adopt the FF7 remake UI and everything from it. I don't think the original version had this UI, right? Full screen, 60 FPS, vertical synchronization off, thank you. Select voice language. Yeah, we'll play it in good old original English. Please select, normal mode. Set camera, set camera, default, reversed vertical, reversed horizontal. How many, I want to know the numbers. Who actually chooses these? I want the most confusing camera possible. It did not, they're making FF7 CC more tied in with FF7. I mean, I don't think they made any story changes to it though, did they? Hey, Doc, thank you for the... Not that I would notice, I never played the original. But thank you for 39 months, Doc. We begin. Inverted controls. Yeah, I think people who choose inverted controls, it's probably like a test you could administer for, like, psychopaths. Oh, it's the music. What? Ooh, ah, 2000 is what I got from that. That's the current year, I guess. Anyone ever heard that really old ass song? Ooh, I think it's really racist now, actually, to sing it. It's like ooh, ah, ting, tang, walla bing bang. It's like something about the witch doctor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you sing that, you get canceled now. It's like, let me make what I think you'll primitive people noises sound like. That song performed by a black man was super... I mean, this is the subject material. It's probably like, wow. I mean, if you're a white guy singing it, that is. Oh, look at that anime chin. The Witch Doctor? Yeah, that one. I barely recall it. I mean, I heard it as a little kid. Oh, the captions are on. Fuck. Wait, are they starting with a train as well?
The train has been overrun by Wu-Tai troops.
Wu-Tai this time.
Control of the train.
Oh yeah. Get serious.
Serious soldiers jump out of helicopters without parachutes. You're not Cloud? Yeah, this is before Cloud. You're what Cloud? Well,
Zack!
You're sort of like Cloud. And that sword looks familiar, or at least it should.
Zack, focus.
Clone is this isn't very much an FF7 clone. Well, this is not a turn-based RPG, so I'm assuming you mean 7 remake. And technically this, I think they've only like minorly changed the gameplay of this, so maybe it's 7 remake was copying this a bit. Is there a significant amount of gore in this Final Fantasy? There's practically none. I think only the most recent one, 16, which isn't even out yet, is the first one to show blood. Those don't look like Wu-Tai troops, those are Shinra soldiers. Yeah, that's Wu-Tai. Okay, sure. How are you missing when you got on a train? He's in. My God, this is worse than Stormtrooper aim. Yeah, this is okay. This is reminding me of Advent Children level. You'll combat where they like jump across buildings.
Soldier second class.
I mean, this is when that game came out. I wasn't too thrilled with how, like, bombastic the FF7, like, Advent Children, I guess, this game got when it came to, like, the combat. Even though it made for, like, cool scenes and that, well, one cool scene. So, yeah, they had to start with a train, the exact same intro. I love an FF game where the protagonist with the enormous sword actually cuts people in half. Oh. You know, you gotta make deal with, like, sparks. And, you know, particle effects. And they're using the music and everything, huh? To be fair, Zack is a soldier, so his jumping is explained. Yeah, even though, that's still way too extreme to, like, literally jump across a building.
speaking.
Making
Oh, a
progress, Zach.
flip phone. Holy
And
crap,
Gio,
that's dated.
What's going on? Why are we fighting Shinra troops?
They're Wu-Tai troops in disguise. Now,
Oh,
head to the
okay,
open
but
area above.
You mean
why are
towards
they in
Sector
disguise
8?
if it doesn't work?
Yes.
They're just like, yeah, let's
But
dress up as
first,
Shinra
You're
soldiers
gonna have
and
to
then
clear a path.
Clear a
what?
path?
You'll see what I mean. Be careful.
Okay, these are Wu-Tai ninjas dressed as Shinra, but they don't even try to like blend
Talking
in and
about
like.
loose, right?
How are you missing now? He's standing still. He's standing still.
It's showtime.
Activating combat
Oh my
mode.
god. Are they? I don't think they know how to use their guns if they're Wu-Tai soldiers. Or open their eyes. Okay, squares attack, R1 guard, X dodge. Worst shot. Yeah, even in Star Wars, they would have to at least like just have the shots land near them. He was standing still on the phone and they're like couldn't even hit him. No wonder Wu-Tai lost the war. Exactly, they can't hit a single no. Maybe it's not that soldiers are so great, it's just that Wu-Tai sucks so much because they can't hit a standing man. I'm gonna make a note of this. This is going in the notes chat. And so yeah, that's how stupid that was. I haven't even played the game, but I found like already a bunch of sins. Alright, 1 second. Wait, isn't this the war Wu-Tai? Well, this, I guess we will find out why they lose. Chad, do you know what? Do you want to know what my phone's autocorrect tries to translate Wu-Tai into? It tries to translate it into Kobe beef. So I'm like, no wonder Kobe beef lost the war. Thank you, autocorrect. Alright, there we go. Note taken. Now you're hungry? Alright, let's kill some Wu-Tai, infidels. What? Yeah, it's definitely not playing exactly like FS7 Remake did. What material can be used by entering the sign controls while pressing L1? Using magic spins MP command. Oh yeah, L1 plus. Okay, this is very Kingdom Hearts actually, when I think about it, to use magic and like this.
Later.
Oh, you guys just like popped into existence, huh?
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a bit more than resolved. These bullets do one. They're like I'm like a soldier. These guys are like
Piece of
level 1s.
cake. I'll make first in no time.
Shit,
Go
I
up
forgot to turn off the
stairs
subtitles.
At the end of the platform.
Wasn't Wu-Tai still from Shinra's control? Wu-Tai is like the fictional
You got
Japan
it.
of this world. They're like the only other. Technically, they're the only other nation. I mean, they're actually the only nation that we know of. Everything else is like under Shinra's control. Who is? I mentioned this in the video that the world of FF7 doesn't really make much sense because there's no actual government anywhere except for like Wu-Tai. And even in 7, they were like just they've been beaten and were under Shinra's control. So it's like how'd this world form? There's like no government, no kingdoms, nothing. It's like here's a company that controls a bunch of like random people. A behemoth? That's usually like an in-game thing. What is that doing in the middle of town?
Activating combat mode.
What? Oh, DMW. The slot reels spinning at the top left corner of the screen during battle represent the DMW digital mind wave. When certain images or numbers match on the DMW, it provides a variety of effects. The reels expend SP to automatically spin and stop. More images are collected, and so it's just a lottery wheel. And I have no control over it. Reels expend SP to automatically spin and stop. More images are collected as the game progresses. When images match, a limit break state is entered and a limit break move is added. So there's their RNG. Here's our RNG mechanic. Alright. Press X to dodge enemy attacks and R1 to guard against them. By using left stick while dodging, you can change the direction in which you dodge. During battle, you can use potions and other items by pressing circle. L2 R2 select on enemies. This is very Kingdom Hearts inspired. Company is the government. I think Shinra has absorbed all the kingdoms. I mean, they never really explain that though. That's just you come up with your best fan theory. As far as I'm aware, there was never any government other than Wutai, and the rest of the world was just like a savage no man's land or something. So the slot machine, there's like a slot machine that gives random effects. I have no idea how it works. It just does. And if you get like matching characters, you get like a limit break. Oh, limit break state, I think. Octo slash, limit break. When all the image reels match, a limit break state is entered and a corresponding limit break move is added to your stock. Stock limit break moves can be unleashed at a time of your choosing, but they will all vanish at the end of the battle. Unleash your limit break. Alright. Triangle.
Better run for it.
Isn't this Sephiroth's move, the Octo Slash? I'm feeling it, chat. Also, thank you, Crimson Light, for the sub.
Conflict resolved.
Showing your back to the enemy. Overconfidence will destroy you.
3 buns, is it? Oh, Sephi? This is when he was a good guy, though.
What
But
is
still,
this?
one hell of a old shampoo use.
Damn it. You're not the only hero.
It's over.
Sephiroth looks like a... Just near to Sephiroth look like he's a sufferer of, like, fetal alcohol syndrome with that... Something about his face looked off.
Impossible.
Like, did you just pop up? Were you... What? He just, like, moved up. My mother used to drink. He's a lab experiment? Well, he's a bit more than, fetal alcohol syndrome, baby. Hey, Dartigan, chat, how are you all? How far are we in the game? Literally the beginning of it. So goofy. Yeah, this is almost like
Thanks,
Final Fantasy meets
Angel.
Kingdom Hearts. Oh, your name's Angel, huh? Well, that is dating this game. Oh, it was a simulation, huh? You know, in the new game, you have to use a VR headset. They could just hit a button on their phone to activate it here.
Training's over.
Why?
Oh, he has the headset on. Never mind.
You serious? I was just getting warmed
I've
up.
complete over 500 VR missions, including sneaking 5, VR grunt of the digital age.
Zack,
Wait, how did the VR simulation cut his sword?
embrace your dreams.
Huh?
Yeah, if it was VR, how did his sword get destroyed?
If
You die
want
in the
to be a
VR, you
hero,
die for real?
need to have dreams and honor.
He literally looks like an older Zack. He's our mentor, though. Or senpai, I think. $46. Alright. Good. This is the sword from Kingdom Hearts 1, it is. I just know it's like the sword he starts with, apparently, before he gets the Buster sword. L'Oreal, because you're worth an A. When you have hair that nice, you gotta treat yourself. Isn't there like canon explanation for Sephiroth's hair? I mean, shampooing your routine at some point in this game? I remember reading that years ago. Oh, the Zack squats. I remember these from FF7.
Hey, Zach. You seem a little on edge.
Can you blame me? All this training
Just
and no
do squats all day.
assignments. Like they're
He should
hanging
have
me
way
out to
bigger
dry.
like quads though.
You must be pretty busy with everyone off base.
Off base? Wait, haven't you heard? There's been a mass desertion at Soldier.
Zack has
One of the
weird
firsts has
squat
deserted.
form too with all
Took a
those
bunch
arm
of
movements.
seconds and thirds with him.
What?
All from Wutai. Motive, goal, all a mystery right now. This mass soldier desertion is why your training's on hold. Whoa, a first.
Zach, you're up.
Yeah, finally. Time for some real action.
Yes, it'll be your show.
Yes!
Report to Director Lazard. There'll be a briefing.
Yeah, Zack is living up exactly what I thought his character was gonna be. Yeah, can't wait to get in there and do my part. Their faces look weird. These are based off like
It's
a
good to finally
handheld
meet
game.
face to face.
They've only updated them so
Lazard,
much.
Director of Soldier.
They did what they could.
Hey,
You wear gloves with
On to
cuffs on
business.
them. That is too fancy. Is that a Japanese rock star?
Soldier First Class Genesis. A month ago, he went missing during a mission in Wutai.
Gacked, right?
Know anything about this?
not a clue.
The mission is currently stuck in limbo. That's why we've decided to send you.
To Wutai?
Yes. This war has gone on long enough.
Those are the voice
I'd
acting in this game.
recommend
It's
you for first.
what do you mean? It's passable.
Oh,
It's just like the writing is shit.
I love you, man. And
Don't make me regret this, Zach.
sir,
Like they're not going to spend the
What's
same
your
amount of money on
pact?
this as they spend
You'll
on
leave it
remake of
once.
7. Genesis, is there a character named Revelation? No,
After
but our
entering
sensei's
Wutai,
name is Angel.
We go straight to work.
And then you have Sephiroth, which is also another biblical name.
If you have any questions about missions and combat, he can help you.
My boy Kunzel over here.
Hey, Zach.
You returned? What's up?
Anything you want to know?
Didn't they mention
Just
Kunzel in
ask.
7 Remake? Yeah, he's like, comes up like, hey, Cloud, I can't believe you're alive.
First, we should really go over combat. You probably got a handle on it in training, but I sent you a mail explaining the basics.
You're getting a 3070 tonight. My 4080 should be in the next few days.
Take a look, okay?
It's currently moving through Canada. Also, VCT Biggles, thank you for the 27 months, man. As the story progresses, you will receive mail from various people. You can view your mail by going to Mail from the main menu. When you have unread mail, you can select R1 from the field menu to open directly. Check your mail regularly. You can also check tutorials and helpful tips. Mail. I'm not reading all those. I will go do this real quick. Sorry, I hope you enjoyed that few minutes of subtitles. One of it's, I'm feeling much better, still got the day of quarantine, but the feeling in my chest is gone. I can finally take deep. Oh, I'm glad you've started the road to recovery, man. Glad you don't have, thankfully you didn't have to go to the hospital or anything. Had me worried the other day. Right, so, SP, HP, MP, and AP, huh?
You will take over the assignment as Genesis's replacement. As soon as you're ready.
Isn't this also the
Proceed to
sword that
Wutai.
motorcycle, like, fucker guy in 7 Remake was using? With the curve on the hilt?
After After entering Wutai, we go straight to work.
When I say motorcycle fucker guy, I don't mean as like that fucker. I mean that guy literally fucks motorcycles.
If you have any questions about missions and combat, he can help you.
Roche, how do you say it? I wonder what his part in the next game is going to be, because since he's like the new addition.
So, did you read it?
Nope.
Thoughts? I mean, I doubt you'd get it all in one read.
That's a standard issue soldier sword. They don't get guns?
That is so not true. Well,
Didn't I turn subtitles off?
Oh, the materia you were using during training has been taken back. Powerful materia have to be earned. Those are the soldier rules.
Seems like a really shitty
Now,
special forces you
let's
got
talk
then.
about
You have to
missions.
earn your M6, your M16 soldier.
The various services
What's that? You
Shinra
want a
provides
stinger?
for
Nuh-uh.
civilians,
Earn it first.
Those are what we call missions. To take on missions, you first have to register your
You go out there and fight with the rock
on
and
the
stick we
mission
give you.
board.
Then you can maybe one day get yourself a gun. Pressing X for the mission board will allow you to accept missions. So this feels definitely like it's like, yeah, we were originally developed for a handheld.
Once registered, you can look up mission information on your handset.
Why does Zach have a different voice actor? Because they changed it for 7 Remake, and I guess they went with that guy for this remake, this remastering of the game.
I'll show you how to register on the board. Come on.
This is a compass at the top of the field screen that points toward the current destination. Check, it often guides Zach toward his goal. Check. Special bonus, soldier material, dark fire, dark blizzard, dark thunder obtained. Okay. Equipping materia allows you to, some materia has a parameter value such as mag 3 attached to them, so keep in mind the equipped materia has the highest value. Okay. Yeah, I turned subtitles off, but I guess during like certain scenes they're still there.
There's little time. Please get ready to go at once.
Here. This is where you register your information.
I'm ready to accept mission.
Now that you're officially registered, you should try a mission.
Rick went on to bigger things. What? The original voice actor? You have to earn the ability to
yeah.
turn subs off, I see.
Good idea.
Very libertarian world. It makes sense though, considering Shinra controls everything.
The save point's that way. If you're not completely sure about something, read the tutorial mail that I sent you.
Sword looks very blunt. It looks very used, doesn't it? Progress can be saved at save points. Gotcha. I remember how these old games work. Register to go in missions by going to a save point, selecting missions. Okay, save points, you can do that as well. Okay, does it automatically save? I guess so. Oh no. Alright, begin, please. Oh no, I actually can't use it anymore. I just had to register. Alright, mission here. Shinra Electric Power Company. Oh, okay. Training mission. What? And didn't I just do this? This is the mission I gotta do?
Activating combat mode.
Limit gauge. Limit gauge has 5 stages, and the higher the stage, the higher the probability for a limit verge to occur. The gauge status changes according to various factors, such as entering limit break or receiving What am I reading? Limit verge. Limit gauge heavily, sky high, high, normal. Alright, I'm just gonna mash buttons. Abilities such as Assault Twister become more effective. They are used after attack. More successive attacks become before stronger becomes, to keep in mind that you use these abilities. I'm just gonna hit square.
Take that! Hi! Later! Got him!
Later.
Take that!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Is it just me or does it sound like a Sonic the Hedgehog character?
Nice work. You cleared the mission.
I could have done it blindfolded.
You're the man.
You're such a supportive friend, Kunzel.
I can't wait to see how you do in Wu-Tai. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Let me explain about these supply pods. In these pods, you'll find items that you can use in battle. Compliments of the company.
I mean, I don't have to earn them.
So they're provisions for soldier members.
Make sure they don't go to waste. Check the pods before every mission. I wonder what's in there today.
So you get Christmas presents before you go to war. You don't even know what they are in it. You're like, yeah, you just get something nice. Here you go, bronze bangle.
All right.
Coming to see how you
looks
do
like
in
you're all
Wu-Tai.
ready to
Why
head
did he
out.
say that in a flirty way? Kunzel's got his own needs, you know.
Lastly, let me tell you about mail.
You already did. You
Just
got
now,
mail.
I sent mail to your handset.
Am I literally learning about email?
You can also get messages from Director
God, you can tell this
Lazar
game came
news
out in
about
like the
company via
mid-2000s.
mail. You should check it regularly. Who knows? Maybe you'll even get mail from new friends you make.
Yes!
So excited.
But don't just read mail that you get from girls, okay? Well, I guess that's everything.
Hot. 2008, no one knew about email. The internet still came in tubes. Oh yeah, I forget.
Looks like it's time for you to head out. You're with Angio, right? Good luck.
Yeah. Thanks for all the help.
Thanks for explaining email to me. Zach can equip it with 6 materia and 4 accessories. The number will gradually increase toward the limit as you advance the story of clear missions. Consider change equipment by going to equipment. Gotcha. Items can be purchased anytime by going to shops from the main menu. Some become available and the addresses are acquired through mission rewards. Okay.
Hey,
Got
don't
more
get
presents.
greedy.
He does sound like Sonic. Yeah, he's got that.
There's a limit
Something
to
that
the
he's got
free
that
stuff
yo
you get, you
chili
know?
dog energy. Man, I could go for some chili dogs right now. Big chili dog energy. I'm now patenting this idea.
There's little time.
This still have the lottery machine style. It's up there. I don't know really what it does though.
It's time to head to Wu-Tai.
Apparently, just you play
Are you
and
ready?
randomly stuff will happen. All set. Send me in to kill these foreigners.
I'll be joining you as well. I'm counting on you.
Sir,
By the way, what is your dream? To become first? Is it?
no. To become a hero.
Ah, good.
What are you, 12?
Unattainable dreams are the best kind.
Thanks?
I don't know if I'd trust this man in combat.
Fort
I'm gonna put
Tandley
big chili
is
dog
straight
energy
ahead.
in my Tinder profile.
Let's go.
People might
The unit
misunderstand
is
it.
already standing by.
You two there! Hold it!
What is
Okay,
that
then.
weapon?
Leave this to me.
Well, it's like a
Activating combat
halberd kind of
mode.
thing with a clip on it for some reason.
Take that!
Yeah, let me look at that. It's like a big halberd. Oh, it's a gun too. Yeah, they are ninja-like.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah! Okay, next.
Calm down, Zach.
No can do.
You know, they say that everyone in
I mean,
Soldier
the
is a bit,
director is watching,
mental due to
right?
all the Mako
So
in
I
him.
have to
So
make a
maybe
good
this is what it did to
impression.
Zach. Also,
Zach.
50 bits from
Heard of
logical.
dumb
Halberd
apples?
cannon, not as stupid as a gunblade.
No,
It actually
what's
makes more
that?
sense.
Incredible. You really don't know. Well, so much for you making first.
Whoa, wait! What's this dumb apple?
I'm sorry, what's this dumb apple, huh? Ooh, wow, maybe they could have bothered updating the writing just a touch. Just a bit here and there. This says Nomura's writing all over it.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, there's so many tutorializing. Fleeing from the enemy, you can flee from battle by running toward the border of the battle. Yeah, okay, cool.
Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Later! Oh yeah!
Please stop talking. Later. Oh yeah. Can you take this serious for a minute, Zach? You're at war.
Activating combat mode.
This is random battles, isn't it?
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna have good fun with this game, aren't we?
So Angeal, what's the deal with dumb apples?
The official name is Benora White. The trees bear fruit at random times during the year. Because of that, the townspeople affectionately call them dumb apples.
But they happen during winter, though.
The
Seems like
local
not a very
farms
reliable
had
plant.
Plenty of them to spare.
Oh really? So you stole them?
We were poor, Zach.
Nice excuse.
But even then, I had my honor. The largest Benora white tree grew on a wealthy man's estate. It was rumored that those apples...
You make a mistake buying this game? I mean, it's apparently a pretty alright game for what it is. It just is not going to impress you with the writing.
But I never stole from that tree, because the wealthy man's son was my friend.
Oh,
If
wow,
he
what
was
a
a
lesson.
friend, you should have just asked for some.
Honor can be quite a burden. at
Have I not played the
times.
original? No. I never owned a PSP.
And what exactly does this have to do with me?
No story is not worth hearing.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
That's it? Yeah, well, thanks a lot.
Man, I can't wait to taste the dumb apple. Okay, all the writing's gonna be like that, huh? Gotcha. Got mail from Lazard. Congrats on your first mail. Now that you got your email account ready, allow me, your loyal and well-connected pal, to give you lots of insider info. Why? Because I'm such a nice guy. Now you and your one-track mind don't know what... Okay, mood mail to soldier. Okay. Midgar construction. Midgar is a city floating 300 meters in the air, linked in the ground by train and highway transit. It has a total of 8 Mako reactors, sequentially numbered, starting with the northern reactor to supply electricity to the city. Construction continues smoothly. Shinra Company headquarters in Sector 4 are the last on the schedule to be completed. Headquarters interior of Sector 0 is complete and already in operation. The exterior is slated for completion in 2 years. Our surrounding city will be finished in 7 years. Reeve Tusti. Soldier members, I thank you for your daily hard work. There's some concern about this with the company, whether this will lead to decline in soldier. Okay, gotcha. Save. No clue who the guy Zach is with right now. That's Angeal, our mentor. You know, I was invited to Japan at the very beginning of this stream, and here we are, chat. I made it.
B unit will set off an explosion. That's our cue.
The diversion will allow us to infiltrate.
Didn't even have to get a passport.
Right. I'll set the bomb inside the fortress.
I'm in your top 4?
You'll
Well, thank
charge
you.
the
I'm
front
honored.
Gate and
Uh-huh. And?
indulge yourself.
You got it. That's what I do best.
Ha! I'm gonna kill people and smile.
Come on, B unit.
I want to point out that man is lifting that
You know,
sword
I've
up with
never
one
actually
hand like it
seen
was
you
nothing.
use that. Don't you think it's sort of a waste?
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust. And that's a real waste.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yeah, I can be pretty cheap.
Yeah, no kidding.
Begin mission.
Not liking it. He's just very generic, shonen boy. He reminds me of what's his name? Zell from Final Fantasy VIII. Heightened emotions have affected the DMW. If you progress through the story, Zack's emotions toward characters he meets are sometimes heightened, and this in turn affects the DMW. When Zack's emotions are heightened, the relevant character's image reels have a greater chance of entering Limit Verge.
We hold the line here. It's
What?
just
What
one
was the
man.
explosion we just saw,
Prepare
though?
to swarm him.
We literally, there was an explosion, right?
Activating combat mode.
God, can you stop the tutorializing? Attack targets are chosen automatically, but the player can also manually block and select target lock R3, then L right, L. Okay, L1 plus stick. Gotcha. Oh my god. Effects, numbers, no limit verge. Okay. If numbers match when the image reels are not in a limit verge. I'm never going to remember all this about the limit verge stuff, by the way. Certain enhancements can be gained. 777, invincible, limited time, critical, 555, null physical damage, AP, null magical damage, invincible with 111. Alright. AP and AP cost 0. When the image reels are in the limit verge state, the numbers between 1 and 6 max. What is with this weird system? The material said in the corresponding slot will level up. 1 level is gained for a double match, and 2 levels are gained for a triple match. None of that was absorbed. Zack reminds you of Laguna. I'm scared they're going to do the same in the remake where you have 2 main characters split in different time periods. I think it's more likely you might have people that are in one reality versus the other. Later.
Got him. Take that.
Why is there just a photo on the top of the screen?
Conflict resolved.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Slot machine, yeah. There's like it's just an RNG mechanic for all the fights. Now who's a ninja?
It's intruder! It's soldier! Damn! Stop him!
Activating combat mode.
How long is this game, by the way? Since it was originally based off a handheld, I can't imagine it's terribly long.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Are you in?
Piece of cake. Could have done it blindfolded.
Stay alert. I've heard the Wu-Tai keep a monster around for anti-soldier purposes. It should be somewhere in the fort.
So, if I can take it out, will I make first?
Depends on the quality of work. Your main task is diversion. Run amok and gather attention. Do well, and you'll gain favor with Director Lazard.
That'll be a cakewalk. Just watch.
Assault on Fort Tamblin. Enter Fort Tamblin and defeat as many Wu-Tai troops as possible. The more enemies you defeat, the better your evaluation as soldier will be. Wutai troops are lurking in various places such as rotating walls and fortress towers. In the field you can dash to move quicker, right 2 and then L3. Wipe out all the enemies, huh?
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
Hitting weaknesses. Magic attacks are effective against enemies with elemental weaknesses. Weakness can be identified with an element icon that appears in our enemy's name. If you exploit weaknesses, you can deal significantly more damage.
Conflict resolved.
Stupidly easy. Okay. No, I want to. No, I cannot. Can I not slash my sword when I'm not in combat? I can't.
There he is! Get him!
Used the chat GTP today and it was pretty good. Yeah, I actually used that, tried it out when I heard about it a few days ago. I basically had it, I had it write, I gave it the prompt of writing, combining Resident Evil with Lovecraft. And it wrote me a short story about, Jill and Chris, fighting some kind of Lovecraftian creature, and then, Albert Wesker showed up and then, fed off it, and it was kind of like, it was funny. It's like, well, it definitely knows its shit. I was thinking of actually doing a chat GTV stream at some point.
Conflict resolved.
Complete. I just gave it, Resident Evil plus Lovecraft, and that Chris, Jill, and Albert Wesker too. I didn't even mention their names. Press when that asked chat GTV questions and responded that I didn't know something rather than just me. Yeah, it's actually a really impressive piece of tech. It's actually scarily good at some things.
Activating combat mode.
Later!
Does Zach know he's killing people? Do you think anyone told him that these weren't just like, no, they're just playing dead, Zach.
Come and face us, soldier! If you dare! Huh? Where did he go? Sneaky little pest. Treachery!
But you came out the same wall.
Conflict resolved.
This is Lazard. Enemies appear to be lurking in every corner. This fortress.
In the
will
game,
not
please stop
fall
interrupting
easily.
me every 1 minute.
Just now, I was checking out a revolving wall and was jumped.
Other walls may be trapped too. Stay alert.
Nothing the matter with your head, baby. When you doing song lyrics again, Jim? Remnant forces seen near the revolving walls. Again, I think there was like, okay, this is one we just opened. I think there was another one back here though. Oh, it's the same wall. Please make later a sound effect. I got no more spots for sound effects. I have to delete something else. That just feels too late. You can use chat GPT to write bullets. Checkmate Etheus. Write bullets, huh? Didn't know the words were so powerful. There's nothing inside. But death.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Oh, he's having so much fun. Bullets are used to fill out performance reports, a process that takes months of work. Okay. I'm not sure if you're talking about your actual bullets or bullet points. Can Chat GP2 do your taxes? It recently had someone actually recently had it pass a bar exam.
Activating combat mode.
Got him!
You dodged.
Conflict resolved.
Murder sure is fun. He's making it look that way. Can AI cheat for you? Yes.
Here he is! Get him!
Gave away surprise by yelling though.
Activating combat mode.
Take that! Take that! Take that!
Conflict resolved.
Zach needs to be the mascot for Kool-Aid with the amount of oh yeah. He's not deep enough voice for it though. That's a very distinct oh yeah. Wait, do they even still use that mascot? The Kool-Aid man? What am I saying? Of course they do. Then again, who's out there still drinking Kool-Aid? I gotta ask. Does anyone like, man, I could really go over some mixed drink mix right now in water?
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
I'm a man of peace. Go for some punch right now. It's delicious. Am I dissing Kool-Aid? Because I never will touch it again because I had to drink it so often as a kid because that was the only option we had. It's one of those things I cannot drink now because of, childhood, like, oh, I had to drink it so much. Same thing with pizza rolls. Though I have thought of doing a pizza roll stream at one point, just like, hey, I haven't eaten these since I was a child. Make it some pizza roll. That's how you think when you're a streamer. Like, I wonder if people would watch me eat pizza rolls. Was I in a suicide cult? No, I was in a Mexican death cult, actually. Dia dos Muerte. It's pretty, actually, a positive experience, despite the name. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way, apparently. Dare you not grow up with a divine caprice? Well, I had that was like the rich kid drink you have whenever like, you go to a friend's house who had more money. You get like, oh sweet, this is the guy with the Capri Sun and a Sega Saturn.
We make our stand here!
Yeah, for me, it was like usually Kool-Aid.
Give it up! More troops are en route! It's over!
Charge. We already know they can't shoot.
Sergeant! He's charging!
Stand strong and charge back! Cowards!
Activating
Oh,
combat
what
mode.
bravery.
Take that!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah! Long live Wu Tai.
You have the, I mean, they could have just kept shooting.
This shit, I'm out.
Exactly. The lion dogs are braver.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Long live the Wu-Tang Clan as well. Let's see. How many people I got left? I got one more battle somewhere. I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling Zach. I never really had a thing. I didn't really know I never played this game originally, so for me, it's the only voice actor I know of Zach. You're gonna go, Mike. Have a good night, man. Sorry you couldn't stick around. Okay, this is where the guys ran off to, right?
Activating combat mode.
Oh, I just got lucky 7, so.
Oh yeah!
Your first time, be prepared for some Sonic heroes. I've already encountered much of it.
Zach, nicely done. We have successfully occupied the fort. I just needed you to keep their attention, but... impressive. You did well. Keep pressing forward.
Assault on Fort Tamblin complete. Wait, how does the Wutai even work now in the Resident Evil? I mean, in the Final Fantasy Remake timeline, there's still world power by the time Cloud's part of Avalanche. How's Yuffie's whole backstory of my dad turned my village into a tourist trap going to work? We don't really know yet. But they've obviously changed it because, one, Wutai used to be completely optional, and you, along with Yuffie, you never had to go there. So they didn't really make Wutai a very important thing in the original game. So it was really just relegated, like, it's a little side mission with its own unique area. If you wanted to go check it out. But obviously they got changed it now since Yuffie's no longer, a non-necessary character. So it seems like they're no longer just gonna be a tourist trap. I don't think they're doing that well though. It does feel like they're still a military threat because they wrote it in that, like, they dropped the plate on Sector 7 just so they could blame it on them. So maybe there'll be like a bigger conflict they gets started up.
That must be the central area.
Activating combat mode.
For an optional character, Yuffie sure is popular. That's because she was the lolly bait.
Conflict resolved.
Later! Oh yeah!
Strange how that always happens. You make the lolly character,
Activating
everyone loves it.
combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Conflict resolved. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of that, aren't we? Could be a cold war between. Well, that's what it is at the start of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Activating combat
Until
mode.
like Shinra literally dropped the plate on their own city so they can blame it on them.
Conflict resolved.
I wonder if Zack ends up being playable in Final Fantasy VII Remake, if they'll like maintain some of his combat style of this game of like a roulette wheel. Or if that was, I mean, actually no, since Kate Sith also used a roulette wheel, it actually should be on him. Soma. I should probably have saved for shit.
What's this?
That is Wutai's guardian deity, the Great Leviathan. We are the Wutai Army's elite, the Crescent. We serve Leviathan and smite Wutai's enemies. Soldier of Shinra, a query. Is the goal of this invasion to spread your Mako reactors?
Yes. A reactor here would allow people to live better lives. And that includes you.
This better life that you speak of comes at the grave cost of losing our homeland. Pain and despair. That's what you bring.
Is that really what the Electric Company does to you? Like, hey,
One
submit
more
to us,
question.
and you get working
You
microwaves.
have power, so I must ask, why do you use it to cause evil?
Is it wrong to spread
Sweet, sweet
happiness through
globalism.
Mako energy? Is that what you consider evil?
I thought we could reason with each other as warriors, but sadly, I was mistaken. Then let us settle things as warriors.
Whoa,
Come forth!
Activating combat mode.
Submit or die. Pay your bill or you get your fucking country taken over. That's what I think Shinra does. I got no MP.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Why won't you finish me?
Not in the mood.
As long as we draw breath, we will oppose Shinra. Now, finish it.
Oh, come on.
You've been killing people left and right and having the time of your life, and now, no thanks. Hey, me. Shop in the menu? Yeah, I kind of need to. I think I'm out of potions. I got 4 potions left. Okay, we need ethers. How much money do we have? We'll buy an ether. Buy 2. Let me get 3. Yeah. Remedy. I don't think we need to worry about too much about status effect. You need to refill his bloodlust meter. Which one is that? You're gonna head out, Zero? Have a good night, man. Didn't we give mail? Situation: we have received reports from the security and soldier departments of the state of war with Wutai. We have been in negotiations with Wutai for years in order to peacefully resolve the long dispute regarding Mako extraction in the region. However, Wutai's steadfast refusal has resulted in aggravated tensions. In order to break through this impasse, we have decided to resume military action. A special attack force of the smallest size have been mobilized to keep the scale of operations to a minimum. You're fighting Wu-Tang Clan? No, we're just fighting Wutai. Though they are ninja.
Activating combat mode.
Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Boss fight?
1. Avoid training when you can. 2. Protect Wutai at all costs. 3. Ugly Shinra soldier dudes must be punished.
Who are
Well,
you?
now we truly do get lolly Yuvi.
I'm Wutai's greatest warrior. It's over for you because now you have to face me.
A little kid? This area's not safe for you. Go on home now.
You're the one going home. If you want to go any further, you're gonna have to go through me.
She did the Naruto run.
Oh, man. What am I
No,
supposed
no,
to do
no!
here?
You do not.
Shushu ha!
I'm not even thanking you for
Take
those
that,
bits.
bad guy. Shushu ha!
Ah! No! You got me!
You know, we are here killing her countrymen. Do you really have time to, like, play
I'll
act?
teach you to mess with me. Once again, I saved Wutai.
Off she goes to be
oh
DLC.
boy. That's a lot of energy. Now, back to work.
Well, I guess that was just a cameo. It's clearly her face from F7 Remake pasted onto a child. I don't know. Maybe. I think there's probably a little bit more work to it that went into it than that. Will they serve no purpose? Well, it's an Easter egg. Well, it's like, here's a reference to a character that'll become a bigger deal later on. Vincent is the one that always gets left out. He never gets mentioned, and the only thing he got was a really shitty game. You know, weren't those like Wutai guards out there like, you know, Shinra's evil. They want to like harm the world. Here's our fucking demon soldiers. Now fight
You
them,
must be
Shinra
the
swine.
anti-soldier monsters.
Activating
Like, are you really any
mode.
better when you have demon monsters? Dealing with enemy abilities. Some enemies use special abilities in battle. When these abilities are activated, the enemy will enter a casting phase, and an ability gauge will be displayed. You can lower the gauge by attacking the enemy, which in turn decreases the ability. Okay, I kind of like that idea. Decreases the ability's impact. Furthermore, if you can reduce the gauge to 0 within the allotted time, you can cancel the ability entirely. Alright, that's not a bad idea. Oh, no MP cost. So we spam magic. Oh, luck of the dice, chat. No, not dead. That merit heal. How many years into the plot of the first game? I think this is only a couple of years before the next game. There is a reason why there's such a big time difference, though. What?
Don't you think it's about time you use that sword of yours?
Huh?
This sword is heavy and unwieldy.
Then why don't you
Way
bring a
before the
lighter
first game.
one?
I still was years before it. Yo, Zack ends up spending several years in a tank of like, yo, Mako for a while.
You're in for it now. Prove your honor to me.
I got it.
Yeah, punch it. And do Raiden's signature move. For Raiden, I mean.
Conflict resolved.
Says 7 years before. Oh, that's, you know, poetic.
Soldier second class Zack. Victorious again.
Good work. Now, get out of there. You've only got 5 minutes.
Got it.
Why, are you
Director
blowing the place up?
Lazard, are you watching? Gotta move.
I just fought 2 of these.
No time to
Why would
play.
one more be a threat? Oh, because it's a cutscene, that's why.
Not good.
See, you just needed a bigger sword, that's all.
That's one more you owe me. You lost your focus.
Yeah. Oh, sorry if your sword got any wear, tear, or rust on it.
You're a little more important than my sword. But just a little.
Thanks.
I'm here. I must apologize. Being on site is taxing.
You didn't have to come personally.
This operation will bring an end to the war. I wanted to see it
What
through.
have I done of tactical, like, that was tactically
Soldier
useful? I
second
killed
class
some
Zach.
dudes and that was it.
Sir!
What did we seize?
You put forth a good effort at Fort Tamblin. I saw it with my own eyes.
Still in the war, Chad.
To be frank, my evaluation is...
Guy voicing Zach is a YouTuber named Caleb Pierce. He also
work
voiced
here
Zach in
far
FF7
exceeded
Remake.
my
Well, also
expectations.
Era's voice
Keep
actor
this
does
up.
YouTube
The day
content.
you make first may not be far off. And Gio,
She even live streamed.
you were
Why
right
are you
about
doing
him.
squats?
He
You're getting a
definitely
mission
has
briefing.
potential.
We'll see.
I can say this now, but when Angeal first recommended you, I was skeptical.
Like,
At
stop
that
doing
time,
squats
all I'd ever
mid-conversation,
seen
you
do
idiot.
were squats.
Phoenix down. Don't look at me like that. I feel like I'm being judged.
Zach, let's go. Sephiroth is waiting.
I should
Sephiroth?
voice a Final
The
Fantasy
hero?
character if they ever call me up with the
Wow.
offer.
I'm gonna meet a hero!
Heightened emotions have affected the DMW. Sephiroth.
Activating combat mode.
I should be Vincent in the remake. I don't know if I'm edgy enough for that.
Later!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
I'd rule doing voice actors. I mean, someone ever wants to offer me something, I'm not going to say no as long as it's interesting. Looks like all the voice actors are shared with FF7 Remake. That's what I said earlier.
Zach, take the director to safety.
That's why they changed some of the
Contact Sephiroth.
recorded the lines for them.
Zach can handle it.
Why is there a slot machine at the top? It just this
Now
game's
go.
like unique
Follow
thing
me,
that there's like
director.
random things that happen during the battle. I mean, I think they kept Gact as the voice actor in the Japanese version
Director
for
Lazar.
Genesis, right?
Goodness, you're safe.
Zach, I should be fine now. Assist Angeal.
You left
Yeah,
to make out
I'm
with
on it.
Lazard. Oh, well. Did you use tongue? Will you get a Nomuraism? I don't know. Depends on how much of the writing he did. I'm coming in, Jill. Yeah, I'll be good.
Angeal!
Theorize the game will end differently? Well, it could, based on what happened at the end of FF7 Remake.
What? These guys aren't Mutai troops.
What? Welcome to hell, Zach. I've been waiting.
A summon? Who called it out?
Oh, they even use like the Ifrit from 7 Remake. Hey, don't dodge my ice. I leveled up Blizzard. Good fight for all. Uh-oh. Well, I weakened it sufficiently, hopefully. Oh, it even gets like a pre-rendered cutscene.
One of my Japanese enemies.
Oh, fuck. I lived.
Warm-up's over.
Concentrate.
Also, thank you for the 100 bits, by the way.
Brace yourself.
Okay, another one? Alright.
Concentrate.
I'm feeling it.
He's feeling it, chat. Are you? Oh, I got lucky 7s too. When Zach's experience points reach a certain value, the DMW will sometimes stop at 777, in which case Zach will level up and his status parameters will be strengthened. It is not possible to check actual experience points. Okay. I got Twister, sweet.
Conflict resolved.
Seems like it sucks. Yeah, it's alright. It's simple. I mean, this did come out originally in 2008 for a handheld. Keep that in mind. One-shotted.
Holy.
You say your mom's over? I don't think so.
Oh,
Genesis.
What?
the missing soldier first class? They're identical.
He's
A
too.
Genesis copy.
Oh, of course.
Copy?
He's cloning himself.
A human copy?
Where's Angeal?
I thought he was fighting around here.
So he's gone too.
What? Wait, what does that mean?
It means Angeal has betrayed us as well.
No way! I know what kind of guy Angeal is, and he'd never do that!
Why have all several English voice
Angeal
actors
wouldn't
been played
betray
by
us.
Superman? I'm not aware of
Never.
this fact. There are Senpai run off to join the bad guys. Ugh, save game? Sure. Seth has some mad DSLs. He gets really good RNG. Again, the squats. And he really reaches down far with those. I'll give him that much.
How long is he gonna
Ass
slack
to
off
grass.
like this? It's already been a month. Sephiroth's no help either. Lumping Angeal together with Genesis. Genesis is a deserter who took a bunch of seconds and thirds along with him. He used copies of himself to attack us. Angeal wouldn't condone something like that. His soldier honor means way too much to him.
The Cloud isn't one with the
Everything's so
squad
messed up
obsession.
now.
Nope.
Angeal, just come back to us.
Cloud only developed his appreciation of squats after meeting that guy at the gym.
Soldier second class, Zach.
That would be me. Who is this?
Director Lazard wants to see you. Go to the briefing room.
Hey, wait!
Yeah, I guess if he's gonna wear the
Who was
girdle the
that?
entire game, he might as well do squats.
Any word on Angeal?
He hasn't contacted his family either.
Also, why does Zach need 2 belts
So
on his
what's
waist?
this about?
I didn't
Little
realize that
son.
until now.
I want you to go to the hometown of our missing
See, 2
soldier
belts.
first
What's the deal with
class,
that?
Genesis.
Huh?
According to the parents,
I mean, I know
We've had no
Nomura's character
contact
design from
with
this
Genesis
period of time was all
whatsoever.
about belts and zippers, but they're just two belts he
they
wears
can't
like
be
normal
trusted.
jeans.
Why?
They're his family. I had already dispatched some staff, but we've lost contact. I want you to go and investigate.
Imagine how
He
long
will
it
go
takes to
with
just
you.
take all that off so you can use the restroom, though.
Song of the Turks.
Oh.
This job is looking really gloomy.
Hey, Chad, do you remember when they made a shitty, like, Turk
me
game
know
for,
when you're
like,
ready to
flip
go.
phones in Japan? Before, like, not even, like, smartphone game. Literally a flip phone game. And it also was a backstory to, like, Final Fantasy VII. You do? Well, none of us played it. It was only in Japan, I think. Though I believe there's, like, a fan translation of it now. Seeing has been added to the DMW. Do you think anyone agrees, like, hey, I just saw this person. I'm going to add you to my roulette wheel. New limit break has been unlocked. Airstrike. DNW image editions. When Zack's emotions are heightened and the bond between him and one of several characters grows stronger, like we literally just met this guy, that character's image will be added to the DMW. The DMW is connected to Zack's memories, and when a new image is added, certain memories may play as images from Zack's heart. Sora, did you know saying is part of Zack's heart? This what?
Oh, excuse me.
Gosh.
Hello?
Oh,
Zack
hey,
remembers everybody
it's
he's
Guntzel.
ever met.
Did you read my mail?
Not yet. I'll read it later. I'm in a meeting in the briefing room right now.
Gotcha. Hey, can I talk to you after that?
I'm kind of busy, but if you can keep it short.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, I'll be outside the briefing room.
Unlock Summon Mode. When you acquire a summon material, the DMW will now sometimes enter Summon Mode, where all the real images change to summons. When all three reels match, you can call forth powerful summons like a Freet, so register for missions where you can acquire summon materia. Wasn't Zack in Kingdom Hearts game? I have no idea. I don't remember him being in it. Unless it was in one of the ones I didn't play, which were many. My boy Kunzel.
Before you go out on a mission, you should always remember to check the
That's not
because we're
Kunzel.
not notified when it's been Rumor has it that it's because of the company's cost-cutting measures.
He's in Birth by Sleep. Oh yeah, that's a DS game, right? Birth by
Hey,
Sleep was
Zack.
PSP? What?
Word of advice? You should go places and do stuff before missions. You know, so you don't have any regrets. So, what do you say we go down to 1 and head to Sector 8?
I thought he said he was going to keep this short because we were like busy. He's literally asking us to go on a night on the town.
Here we are, Sector 8. Okay, now we should split up.
What? Huh? Who does this?
Wait, what? You brought me here just to ditch me?
Don't you get it? This is for you. You usually have so little time before assignments, and you can get more done if you're on your own. If you want to go back, go that
Look,
way.
I just want to do squats.
See you, Zack. I'll be in touch.
I mean, you could like ask me out and hang out together, but no, I just need to get you out of that building, Zack. And hey, just run around the fountain area, you know? The very, very empty fountain area. Go back to squat again. You gotta keep working on them legs. I should start a new recording though. So I'm guessing there's like side content on here or something.
I'm sorry, but soldier guys don't interest me.
I'm literally a metahuman, stronger and faster than the average man. And even then, I can't get a date. What does it take to impress women?
That getup. Are you with that Shinra outfit soldier? I hate Shinra with a passion. I want nothing to do with you.
But you live on the top plate on Midgard. Or Midgard. It's Midgard, right? Yeah, I think I got that wrong. I said Midgard a lot back in my FF7 video as well. It's like Midgard, not Midgard. Wow, you really brought me to the hottest place in town, Kunzel. Hey, have fun exploring some fucking empty back alleys, alright? I gotta go. As much change from the original Crisis Core? I think the only thing that's different is graphics.
Soldier?
Soldier Operative Zack, yes.
Zack?
What's Ellen DeGeneres doing in this game? Standing right next to me.
We were just talking about who the greatest soldier member is. For me, it's Angeal. He's so
Do you ever live in Midgard if existed? This doesn't seem like a good idea.
If we're talking about the greatest in soldier, I can't think of anyone other than Sephiroth. Just imagining him walking around shirtless is enough to make me swoon.
Sploosh. See, literally Ellen DeGeneres.
What you're talking about. This is the age of Genesis. There's nobody better in soldier than him.
Soldier first classes have a big female following, it looks like.
Okay.
What sets Genesis's fan club apart is that we're better funded than other fan clubs. We have a very generous sponsor that's backing us.
It's
And
probably
we
Genesis
sell various
himself, right?
merchandise too. How about it? Would you like to join Red Leather, the premier Genesis fan club?
Is that what it's called? I don't think so.
Would you like to join Keepers of Honor, a fan club dedicated to Angeal? If you join now, you'll get our recent newsletters that include bits of Angeal's official profile.
I'm not interested.
Within Soldier, there's no one more popular than the hero Sephiroth. Which explains why he has so many fan clubs, from big to small, casual to utterly devoted. There's just too many to count. That's why it's important to look for a fan club that suits your needs.
Oh, you can't join the Sephiroth fan club?
Within Soldier, there's no one more
This feels
popular
meta.
than-
Yeah, you
which
can't join the
explains-
Sephiroth fan club. Well, Jip.
Would
Alright,
you
we'll
like
join
to- if you
Angeal's then.
join now- Welcome! You are now an official member of Keepers of Honor. See? You just
Honor.
received your first newsletter.
Oh no. I gave him my email address. Seems every soldier first class has a quirk or three, but I think Angeal has a lot of common sense and is a trustworthy fellow. Let's face it, Genesis never found group activities appealing, so Angeal is, in fact, the spiritual leader of Soldier. I've got a lot of respect for him too, and I envy you for getting to work with him so often. Hello, fan club members. Let's take another peek into Angeal's unauthorized profile. Are we gonna get like Angeal's OnlyFans page? Favorite hobby? Doting over dogs. The bigger the hassle, the cuter the dog. Favorite read? Famous Gardens Monthly. Wow, he is a real load of charisma. Magazine on various flora published by Shinra. Now isn't that just like the noble, nature-loving man we all know and love? That's all for this update. We'll let you know when we have more to share with you. Can we join both fan clubs? Will we get nudes of Angeal? Gotta hope so.
What sets Genesis's fan? We have a big. How about it?
Yeah, we'll join that one too.
As a perk of new membership, you automatically gain a chance to win a replica of Genesis's rapier. Oh, It looks like you just received your first newsletter.
This is issue Welcome to Red Leather. As a welcome gift, here's some basic information about Genesis. Hobby, reading. He happened upon a copy of Loveless. In his parents' study, it has been his favorite work ever since. Why he joined Soldier, the heroics of Sephiroth, who is the same age as Genesis, inspired him to work for the good of the world. We'll update you on any new information as it becomes available. Loveless Avenue. Oh, this is the opening area, like Final Fantasy VII. Will we meet Aerith here?
No. Thanks for patrolling Midgar.
You're with Soldier, I see.
That's the equivalent of like,
What business
thank you for
do
your service.
have here?
Well, no business, really.
It is the duty of the 18th Squad of the Shinra Security Department to patrol the streets of Sector 8. Anyone who disturbs the peace in Sector 8, soldier or not, will be dealt with.
Whoa now. Take it easy there, guy.
This is actually good timing. I have something to say. What Midgar needs right now is not Soldier.
What do you mean?
Who is it that finds lost children and takes them back to their mothers? Who is it that catches the crooks who steal change from vending machines?
Wow, what a crime.
Who is it that warns young people talking loudly on their phones in trains? That is all us.
Society depends on our backs.
What Midgar really needs is the Shinra Security Department.
Thanks for your service?
Literally said it. Thank you for your service.
You won't be so arrogant for much longer. We'll be holding a joint training session with Soldier soon. Security against Soldier. We'll find out soon enough who the true elites are.
I mean, I've seen you guys shoot. It ain't impressive. Loveless. Lady on that looks a little familiar, don't you think? And it's a play, too.
This is the busiest part of Sector 8.
I can
nicknamed
tell.
Loveless Avenue. Loveless is considered
Who is it? It always kind of reminded me of Aya from like
They've even made it into
you
a
know,
play.
the Parasite Eve games. Considering FF7 really began as Parasite Eve and then became what it was, it makes some sense. Kitty. Pokeball. Really fun. Oh, it's the truck. Wonder who's better, the super soldiers or some dudes. We'll show you.
Loveless, an epic tale of doomed love and shattered friendships. It's a classic that's even been adapted for the stage, and a production is put on every year. I am a member of the Study Group, a fan club devoted to Genesis. We study Loveless
I know, I
to
met your
gain
sister
deeper
over there.
insight into the work that Genesis loves so much. We began as a group that studied the Loveless text within Red Leather, another Genesis fan club. However, we grew tired of the shallow fandom prevalent in Red Leather, so we broke off from them.
But this is a big deal in this world, the
like
fan
to join
club,
the
isn't it? How
study
are
group
things
and delve
going
deep
for you,
into the
Elon
Loveless
Musk? I think you gotta be confused,
like
sir.
Genesis?
Yeah, I'm gonna join everything. I'm
Welcome.
basically just
You are
clicking
now
yes
a
to all the
fellow
spam
worshipper
sites at this
of
point.
Loveless. Oh, I think you just got new mail. Why don't you take a look?
Zach is gonna have so many Trojans. Loveless on stage is as popular as ever. This year's production retains a love story from the female point of view. The focus on Acts 2 and 3 as usual. This interpretation features additional scenes of the two friends making it closer to the original text. Acts 2 and 3 of Loveless have become famous thanks to the plays, but pundits agree that the story's true value lies in Act 4. Could this year's production make up for it? Join us in the theater as we decide for ourselves. Mad Marlboros. You think Marlboros are actually a type of cigarette you can buy in the world of Final Fantasy as well? And it makes sense, you know, smoking kills you. You have new mail from Shinra News. Official personal announcement. Effective today, Rufus Shinra has been appointed the Vice President and Cooperative Officer. Additionally, Rufus Shinra has departed on a long-term business trip, the details of which cannot be disclosed for security. Doesn't this Rufus getting, like, demoted, or, like, sent somewhere else have tie into actually that Turk game I mentioned earlier?
Am I right here? It can hit 140 mph. It's got a good engine, of course, but the real secret is in those tires.
140 miles per hour, huh?
Am I right here?
You're with Soldier? Nothing to see here. I'm a civilian, and I'm very busy. Please don't talk to me.
This world is so deep. It has roads that lead nowhere. I feel like these people are trapped in these alleyways. There's no way out. That's how a city gets designed. By the way, I wasn't joking. Before I started this game, I need to know about Chocobo interacts, if any. I have no idea if Chocobos are in this game or not. I don't want to give you the wrong opinion. What do you think of the game so far? Well, it's, you know, it definitely feels like a game that was ported from handhelds. But maybe it seems like it probably would have been a decent handheld game for its time. I'm just not sold on Zack's character, but I never have really been. I think we've seen everything that's out here to see currently, unless there was something out there that I missed. Sector 1 station platform. Oh, here we go. I guess there was something I missed.
I came to see the new Shinra train with my big brother. I can't wait to see it. Oh man, I'm so pumped.
It's just a train.
Shinra Railway's new locomotive is pulling in soon. Its model name is the Mark 93-2. I can't wait to see it. Oh man, I'm so pumped.
How you interact with Chocobos? What, usually you just ride them, right?
I've been waiting for the train for quite a while now, but it still hasn't come in
You're
yet.
watching your Death Stranding walkthrough. Your Kojima is God joke has me dead. Oh yeah, that joke.
Lately?
I don't know if I'd call that a joke. That was just a very long extended bit. You're talking about, it was at the very end during the credits, right? That one? I got a little bit downright racist at that point too, given the accent. Someone needs to animate that though. Alright, I think we need to go back to HQ now. I think was it this way? A weird entrance to Shinra HQ, a back alley. Materia room on the soldier floor is where they perform materia generation. You bring them a Mako stone, they can turn it into materia for you. Mako stones can be obtained through missions and other means.
Right now, we are running a special on potions. The general public still has to pay full price, but for soldier members and Shinra troops, they are currently free. How about you, sir? Would you like one?
Yes. Ellen Page has a lot of sisters. Oh, that's what a potion looks like? Ah, the good old dildo cup where you can't ever set it down because it has a rounded bottom. You feel good enough to weather one beating on the battle. That is some text that I ever saw some.
My son got lost inside the Shinra building. I was so worried, but the young lady at the information center was able to help me. Thank goodness. That's one thing about the Shinra company. They always offer service with a smile.
You think Shinra also runs, since Shinra is like the only company, does that mean like Shinra also runs all like the fast food departments? So they have like the Shinra Mickey D out there somewhere?
Wow! So this is the Shinra building. This is my first time here.
Exhibit room. Whose kid is that? Probably the guy we just talked to. Oh, that'll be important in the next game.
This is the Shinra number 26 rocket. A conceptual model of the project that Shinra Space Development
Shinra Hub?
has
Wrong
put all
place.
their efforts into in recent years.
They have a falafel stand. Falafel.
Once completed, it's on to the launch.
That'll also be important in the next game. Well, this, you know, the bike. Party Daytona, huh?
How do I make her realize my feelings?
Oh! You heard nothing!
Was he talking about the bike? God, I love you, motorcycle.
The exhibit room is open to the general public. We ask that you refrain from any conduct that would disturb our visitors.
I love that motorcycle. You've heard everything. To the entrance, please. Is she a machine? Possibly. Is that all down here? Is that this show-off room? We don't need to go back to the exhibit room.
Oh, hello there. If you need help with anything, please let me know anytime. Hey, he's pretty cute.
Exactly. I'm anime hot. Did you ever stream the OG FF7? No. I have played it though, but that was like back in when I was a kid. And since there's the remake stuff going on now, it doesn't really make much sense to stream it. So maybe once that's all wrapped up, if I'm still streaming and also not dead, well, maybe then. He's underage lady. Well, she does. Right, he doesn't look. She hasn't asked for it. Well, maybe she's just like giving him a compliment. I don't know. Look, they ain't. As long as nothing bad's happened, you can give compliments. All right. We also don't know what the age of consent here in this world is. I mean, this is a world completely owned and run by a corporation.
Hey, Zach. You're wanted in the briefing room. There's a Turk waiting, so you should hurry. I had no idea things were so hectic. Sorry I distracted you.
I'll head over right now.
Hey, good luck out there.
That's not
I'll
to say
mail you
anything.
when
I
I
mean,
have
considering
time.
the world, this is a really crap set, oligarchy kind of world. Who knows? Since there's unrequited love vibes from Kunzel. Kunzel's like your best friend bro for the, I guess, until like another character shows up. Sends you emails and everything. That's the briefing room. The materia room. GMC, you have a good night, man.
Naturally formed materia are extremely rare, but Mako stones are relatively easy to obtain. A Mako stone is crystallized materia, made of concentrated Mako energy. It doesn't function as materia, but if we process it here, we can make it into
You like a
materia.
weird looking tech in FF7? It's a mix of cyberpunk and dieselpunk with a bit of cartooniness. To agree, yeah, you're pretty much spot on with those descriptions. The cartooniness usually comes in the how they design the robots to look like ridiculous. Like, here's a giant scorpion. Or whatever else they make. None of it really makes any tactical sense. It's like, yeah, fuck it. It looks cool.
Soldier sometimes runs Mako Stone excavation missions. You should go sometime.
New mission has been added.
I used to be a member of the science department. Right around the same time Lazard became director of Soldier, I was transferred here. Well, it was more like I was headhunted out of science.
Training room. Don't really want to do that. This was time to like continue. Also the 60 looking cars and stuff, but yeah, but then their motorcycles don't look like anything from the 60s.
Hey, Zach. I hear that you were quite the hero in the Wutai operation. They say you must have taken out about 1,000 Wutai soldiers in Fort Tamblin.
Was it that many?
But don't forget, I'm gonna be the next one to make first. Me.
You think there's a reason why other members of soldiers wear the helmet that blocks their eyes, but not, you know, the ones that are pretty? All right, let's go in here. All right, scene. Continue without unlocking summon mode. Summon mode can be unlocked at any time by attending cemetery example. Okay, we'll do that.
Hurry then.
Sorry, I gotta like do a VR mission. I'll be right back. Which one is it? I thought it was like unlocking summon mode. M1. Shinra Electric Power Company? Peacekeeping troops? Is that it? Members of the security department have requested a joint training session with soldiers. Some of them seem to regard soldier with a passionate sense of right. This can't be it. This is that soldier asshole. But whatever. I probably won't be doing a whole lot of these like little side missions you can do. Because they look a bit shit.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
Is he doing like, what was that sound? Hi.
Conflict resolved.
Game said it was M1. I mean, the other one I've already done in M1, so maybe you gotta click on it again. Total of 300. Jesus Christ.
Activating combat mode.
Rematch with Ifrit was the name of the mission. Did I just pass right over and not see it?
Activating combat mode.
What does activating combat mode mean? It's just the beginning of the battle. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay, go this way.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way!
Conflict resolved.
So you're swinging a sword. What could possibly be activating? Just like my personal like operating system, all right? How do I use my AP, my ability points? And I don't know how to even do abilities usually.
Conflict resolved.
I admit that you bested us in today's training.
Skill attacks, yeah, but I don't know how to use them. I think you hold L. Is it hold L2?
But the troops that participated in the exercise are amateurs. Many of them have never seen real combat. Don't expect the same results next time.
Shinra Alpha. Yellow move and menu. Oh, that little circle thing I've been doing? Okay. Right, let me find the active, what was it here? It's, okay, wait, Shinra Electric Company. I guess I gotta fight, wait. No, where is the freaking summon activation at? Combat hurts my eyes, hurt from the amount of numbers. It feels like I'm playing a pachinko machine. I can understand that if you're not used to RPG. RPG is all about the number. I don't really know where to activate my summons are at. That seems important. Do I really have to go through all of in one until it pops up? This location seems a bit ominous for the future.
Activating combat mode.
They brought a Roomba. Sit on that robot, no thank you. It seems like that's the only way you would ever be damaged by it, if you trip and fall over it.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
You're off tomorrow, so why not turn up? Hey, what are you forgetting, Dan?
Another loss to Soldier. Next time, we won't hold back. You've taken advantage of the sportsmanship we've shown. The third day of our joint training session, I guarantee, will be a day of shame for Soldier.
Uh-huh. Does he know they're super soldier? I don't think he does. But then again, I don't think any of these characters are aware of much. Is there really going to be that many more challenges afterward? Look, I'm about to give up on getting summons ever in the game if it doesn't show up on my mission screen. Maybe you gotta register at the computer first? I don't know.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
So I have to go. I don't know. That's why someone said M1. I'm in the M1 category, but it's not there. So I figured that I gotta like, open them up. Okay.
Activating combat mode.
What you gonna say? Oh,
Conflict
right to our
resolved.
next day of our combat training, then we'll get you up.
Yes, we have yet to win against
Exactly.
you in training. But I know the reason why. It's the budget disparity between soldier and security. I hear the science department performs enhancement procedures on you. We in security don't depend on medical enhancements.
Therefore, we win the battle regardless, because we're not boosted with steroids. You lost before you ever even fought us. Yeah, that's how you use that logic. Getting serious. What a sore loser. Well, we'll just kick his ass a few more times. Hey, looks like we're in the slums.
Activating combat mode. Conflict
How far
resolved.
you made? We've done like the up. We've done all the Wu-Tai stuff. Well, the first Wu-Tai. Yeah, maybe there's more Wu-Tai stuff. I don't know. But we did that, and now we're about to like start up and like looking for Angel and your Genesis. But it wanted me to like activate my summon materia, and I don't know how to do it. It said like in the
Activating
training
combat
stuff.
mode. Conflict resolved. Oh yeah.
Our budget negotiations have borne fruit. Director Heidegger has authorized
Heidegger.
us to test new weapons in combat. There is no way we will lose to you now.
Even if you won now, I've still got you like 4-0. Okay. Well, before I do that, do I have to like register at the computer to get my summons?
Before you go out on a mission, you should, you know. Rumor has it that it's because of...
Right, I just do not know how to activate the summon thing. Okay. Like the dungeon design they got going on.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, this thing. It doesn't exist, then what was the game telling me to? So even like remind you, sure you want to leave for the next mission before activating summoning mode?
Oh yeah. Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Oh, there's one behind it, huh? Guess you don't have thunder. I don't think I have it currently equipped. No, I have a thunder thunder slash, but I don't think it applies any electricity.
Conflict resolved.
Oh, it's not me.
Even with new weapons, we still couldn't win.
This man is just getting demoralized.
What are we lacking? What is it?
Mission is called M111 Remax with Ifrit. I don't see it anywhere though.
We'll settle all scores then. If we lose again, I will concede that Midgar needs Soldier more than us.
I'm just wondering if it activates after I do these or not. Like save though. Why we give a shit about this guy's opinion? We don't. We're just like trying to find summons. Like that's M1, so if it's there, it has to be here. But I don't know. It's the last one for this guy. Oh, he brought the scorpion bot.
Activating combat mode.
Take that!
This is actually maybe it might be a bit high level for me. This was like the fight, what I fought against, and now I got a bigger fight coming out after it. Oh, fuck. Oh, what the fuck?
Take out enemies with one blow. Now.
Pardon?
One blow. All right.
I could use a demo. Fine, let's do this.
What?
Yes, got it in one blow.
That one was too weak. Now, again.
Is it like our anime, like little flashbacks when we get powered up? Like, yes, Sensei, I remember the secret technique. Oh shit, I just died. Well, they technically won. They didn't really remember I had a phoenix down.
Conflict resolved. Got him.
We in chapter 2 yet? I don't know. We're like trying to find. It's just told me to activate summon mode. That's what I was looking for, but I can't seem to figure out where it's in.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, this oh, weakness is on its back. It's got a. What? Oh, he froze me in time. It's loading. Zach is loading his animation. What's up, Edward? How you doing? Heal. Oh shit. I'm out of the good heals. I might die here. I think I'm dead. I got a high potion. Yep, I think we're just fuck dead. Fuck dead. Worse than dead. You're on standby for when I die. Where you gonna take the controller? Well, hopefully, you know what? They finally won. Wait, I had another Phoenix down? I didn't know that.
Better run for it! Here we go! Go, go, go! You're in for it now! Here we go! Go, go, go!
He's got a nice go! Stop buffering me. You don't even do anything while I'm stuck. Oh shit, you get caught now, you're dead. You did it the right time when I was activating my move. Mission failed. Board mission. I don't want to loot. You will return to your point before the mission begins. Yes. No, I didn't like that. I was using up all my items. I guess it's M8 1. It's M8. That's the complete opposite of M1. Everyone was telling me. But I looked, Zach. The material. It's all I got there is this and Mako stones. I don't know what the game is telling me to activate this thing if I can't activate it. Continue without unlocking some. How do I do M8 1 rematch? How do I example? Where is it at, you fucking game?
Hurry then.
Just tell me, give it, show it M8. I know, but there's nothing in M8 1 for it. Look, M8, Zack the Materia Hunter, and then Mako Stones. So I guess we'll just do the. Oh, there it is. Fucking god damn it! Why couldn't they put that there so it's easy to see? Oh, fucking old games, man.
Activating
This is all I
combat
wanted the
mode.
entire time. I said fighting the freaking security forces. Yeah, well, that's old design, I guess. Oh, I didn't get him to stop it in time. I should survive it though. We've already seen it once.
Conflict resolved.
Ifrit materia obtained. Ifrit has been added to the DMW. A new limit break has been unlocked. After acquiring summon materia, the DMW may sometimes enter summon mode. All real images will change to summon mode images, and if they match, corresponding limit break move will be added to your stock. L3 plus R3 to unleash your limit break summon mode. Alright, there we did. We finally did it. We're in now. Yeah, we are in chapter 2, by the way.
I see. Ready to go?
A routine job, right? No sweat.
I wonder. Originally, Sephiroth was assigned to this mission. That means it's a top priority matter. Be alert, or you'll fail.
And Sephiroth?
Refusing to go, apparently.
Oh, what is that? They spoil him too much.
Why don't you say that to his face?
No thanks.
Oh, it's the dum-dum apple, or the dumb apples.
Weird trees.
Benora white trees. Or dumb apples.
That means this is Benora Village? Angeal's hometown?
Correct. Genesis and Angeal have known each other a long time.
Activating combat mode.
What? Do we have anything in the docket here about fighting like people in his hometown? Now here's some ninjas. They're common in these parts. Here, you get really fucked. It's like random. Like, hold up, buddy. I'm just here to get groceries. You don't have to summon the fucking Satan. Entire town destroyed.
Conflict resolved.
Damn right it was.
These guys. I saw them in Wutai.
So they are here. We've seen no townspeople yet. They may have taken control of the whole town. When Genesis left, he took an arsenal along with him. Retrieve or destroy. Those are the President's strict orders.
Okay, no sweat.
It's just pre-rendered trailer, but for those, yeah, I'm fine with the cutscenes like summon attacks being like that way. That's what they used to be usually. There's a big animated cutscene. You have new mail. Apples. You got an assignment in Benora, right? How is the place? I heard there are a lot of Shinra people there. Apparently the village's main source of income is a production of processing of apples. The rest of their budget is made up of subsidies from Shinra. Now, why would Shinra care about such a tiny village? Could it have something to do with Mako, or there's gonna be something fishy going on there? I'm gonna look into it.
Activating combat mode.
Later. This is a skeleton of a 2007 game wearing this. Well, it's just a 2007 game wearing a 2022 skin.
I was looking for materia, and now I'm late for my assignment.
I see. But where's your sword? Don't you need that too? Ever the restless puppy.
I don't get these moments when I'm in the middle of a fight. What if we just like have a slice his life moment in the middle of the combat?
Activating combat mode.
Got him.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Big surprise. The thing I just died to a minute ago in a mission. All right, nice. I'm gonna guess this one isn't quite as tough. Anime detected. Eliminate. Here's your Metal Gear Rising moment. Your waifu is shit. Commencing order.
President's orders will be met.
Activating combat mode.
Oh yeah, way weaker. I fought your stronger cousin a minute ago. Here.
For it now.
Face the devil. We're not gonna watch the entire thing.
Warm-up's over. Here we go. Go, go, go! Take that!
It's not even doing damage to me. Have you noticed my health bar not going down at all? I have like lucky 7s on or something? Yeah, it can't hurt me. What's going on? Is this a glitch? Here, hit me again. Okay, no, the blue bar just doesn't disappear with the tech. Okay, what? Okay, no, I'm very confused, but whatever, die.
Big guns.
I'm in break? Oh, okay.
Go, go, go!
Conflict resolved.
I guess I just had extra health from some kind of roulette well thing I had. 100 bits, this is the opposite of force loss battle.
Where did you hear that?
Sephiroth said it.
The technology was stolen from our scientists.
Huh?
It apparently allows Genesis's abilities and traits to be
Oh,
transplanted
you got problems with China too, huh?
to soldier members and monsters.
Let that
Soldier
sink
and
in.
monsters? We're the same?
Just want the chest, you have to
Down for
activate.
good, right?
Zack, don't fool around. Let's hurry.
Yeah, I want the chest though. Ugh. Can I even go toward it to grab that? There we go. All these scenes didn't have voice acting in the PSP original, just, oh, they were, I kind of figured. I didn't want to activate that again.
Down for good, right?
Zack, don't fool around. Let's hurry.
By the way, Chad, did I mention my cat peed on my audio mixer today? My really expensive one. Luckily, no damage, but I was furious. Yeah, thankfully, none of it got into crevices or something.
Internal
No,
issues
no,
have
it was
to be
not
dealt
nice.
with before they leave.
$800 piece of equipment. I had to get like a cover for it that they sell. Internal issue.
No sign of the townspeople.
Yeah, I was talking about
Check the
you.
houses.
You heard me, didn't you? She okay? She's been acting. It's called being in heat.
No sign of the townspeople.
But then again, Dex is always a weird cat.
This is Genesis's home. His parents are wealthy landowners.
Why do you let Dex in my office? Because the door's open.
But I never stole from that tree, because the wealthy man's son was my friend.
They weren't mere acquaintances. They grew up together and were best friends.
So Genesis deserts and gets his best friend Angeal to join him. Is that it?
Sephiroth believes that's the case. There. A gravestone. Still very new. Zack, go find Angeal's house. I'll check the grave.
Dex owns the apartment. Hell no,
So
she ain't
Turks
paying my
always
rent.
do this stuff?
I wish.
Someone has to do it.
Must be rough.
Don't worry. we're paid much better than you are.
What?
No way!
Doesn't seem right at all. I'm the super soldier. You're just like a corporate lackey.
Zach, go find Angeal's house. It should be over there. It's likely already in enemy hands. Be careful.
Yes, what, Dex? Nope, no pets right now. My hands are needed for the controller.
I'll check the grave. You go look for Angeal's house, or maybe...
Or maybe, do I have to... no, I'm good.
Angeal's house should be somewhere on the far side.
It's a weird place for a grave right by the local, like, you'll just walkway. Also, it doesn't look like it's nearly big enough to bury a person under there. It's like a pet grave, man. Right next to the... Oh, shit. I'm fighting dogs.
Warm-up's over!
Airstrike.
Is this the end?
No! Not if I can help it!
Summoned a attack chopper. Alright, what an attack.
Oh yeah!
Conflict resolved.
It's very good, like, matching the dialogue to the action that you saw.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, this thing. It's like a scaled-down boss from the 7 remake. Well, technically just 7.
Oh yeah!
Zach has their support. That was me using calling in Sing to like attack someone. Basically, it's like your kill streak reward in Call of Duty. Do I have Thunder equipped? I do not. Do I have any more like stuff? I think I might. Yeah, we do. Let's see. Go down. I've got. Okay, we don't really need fire, I guess. We'll use Dark Thunder. Lightning-based attacks that poison and silence an enemy. Dexo made me lock you in the bathroom.
Angeal's house is...
Final Fantasy 16 and 7 remake next year. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, next year is looking like it's pretty good for games.
Somewhere. All right, I'll just have to check each one.
There are many illuminated spots to be found around Benora Village there where items are being hidden. You cannot collect these items right now, but if you check on them now, you can collect them at a later time. Huh? Can't collect them now, but you can come back and get them later. Alright, weird.
What is this? But now's not really the time. I'll come back later.
Can't possibly bend down and pick this glowing rock up. But I can get this one. Alright, makes perfect sense.
Anybody home?
Oh, I had to let the dog out, sorry. He's a good boy most of the time.
Conflict resolved.
Later.
Activating combat mode.
Oh, what?
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat
Wow,
mode.
the RNG rate here is very high.
The end.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah! What is this? But now's not really the time. I'll come back later.
Conflict I wish that whole like, conflict resolve was something that I could play in real life. You know, on ordinary things though. You know, like when like you're at the self-checkout and you're trying to slide the dollar bill in and it just won't accept it. After like 4 or 5 tries of you flattening and like rubbing it across the edge of something sharp so you can flatten out, it finally goes in. Conflict resolved. Why not? Any more yellow things? No.
Anybody home? Can't hear anything. Anybody home?
Why is this the way they attack me? Oh, he knocked on the door again? Let the dogs out. That'll show him.
Activating combat mode.
Take that! Oh,
Conflict
yeah!
resolved.
Anybody home?
I guess there's only one with the reaps on it, right?
Anybody home? Can't hear anything.
Can I help you?
Greetings, ma'am. Are you Angeal's mother? My name is Zach.
Are you Zach, the puppy?
What?
Excuse me?
My son wrote to me once about you.
The puppy?
0 attention span. Restless as a little puppy.
Oh, thanks, Angeel.
You're not here together with Genesis, are you?
No, I'm not. Don't worry.
What is happening with my son?
I'm not really sure.
Genesis came back here a month ago with an army of cohorts. And they proceeded to take the lives of many townspeople. Genesis, he used to be such a good boy.
Then he made weird friends and started wearing leather.
Angeel.
He came here, but he left his sword and went off somewhere.
My sword now.
That sword represents our family's honor.
I see. No wonder. He never uses this sword, really, ever. I'll take care of Angeel. You should go and hide somewhere.
Don't be concerned. Genesis cannot harm me.
But the dogs outside, they can eat you. Is that the sword Cloud uses? Maybe. Seems very familiar, doesn't it?
When Angeel decided to join Shinra, my husband had that sword made for him and told him to fight with honor. He borrowed a lot of money, and then he worked so hard to return the debt, he eventually died of fatigue.
Oh, damn. Tragic story. The size of this woman's sink. That's not a sink, that's a bathtub at that point.
Oh, a picture of Angeel. So young. Must be.
I like the idea that Angel, maybe at age 5, still looked like a full-grown man with like the facial hair and everything. Is what I would picture.
And there it is, that Buster sword. This one's a family picture. Look at Angeel, showing off that Buster sword again. This must be Angeel's father. Looks like a serious guy. A baby picture. This is Angeel? So cute. Now these two rascals must be Angeal and Genesis.
This man has an obsession. I'm gonna rob you, lady. 5 whole gil, huh? Now I feel bad. I'm like, oh, my life savings. Look, all I have to eat is a loaf of bread and some basil soup. You've taken my medication. Well, she's got wine. She'll be fine. I have this too, by the way.
When Angeal decided...
No? Alright, maybe you can pawn it off. 5 gil, is that a reference? I don't know. You would sometimes find like really low amounts of money in like chests in Final Fantasy VII.
Where did you go?
I'm getting serious like Riku. Where's Riku vibes from Zack right now? Is anyone else getting that?
Genesis copies.
I gotta find Riku. He's out there somewhere. I know it. Everywhere for you, Riku. Oh god, I love you so much. Don't you return my calls? Okay, I'm gonna lock my cat up in the bathroom real quick, but she will not shut up. Hold on.
There's a factory on the outskirts. I saw a Genesis copy go in.
You think it might be their HQ?
I do. I'm on a cliff overlooking the factory. The best way in is from above. Come to the cliff top now.
Alright, be right back, chat. Alright, the noise problem has been taken care of, chat. Rubbing herself? No, she's making noise constantly. She wasn't even in the same room with me, she wouldn't shut up. I can only take that for so long, but like I gotta act. Alright, where are we going? Yeah. Can we get these now?
What is this? But now's not really the time.
Nope.
Activating combat mode.
You know, it's weird you have RNG fight, like the random fights like this, but also have it be an action game.
Oh yeah!
I don't think I've seen that before. But no, Kingdom Hearts did it as well.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
But it was a bit more subtle about it. Gives you slight Final Fantasy 15 vibes. It doesn't really give me any of that.
What is this? But now's not really the time. I'll come back later.
RNG fights died for a reason. Even Pokemon doesn't really do it apparently. But yeah, the new one, I think they stopped doing it, right? Like you see them all in the field.
I said, come to the cliff top. Were you listening? We can't just charge in. Remember, This is a reconnaissance.
There might be
mission.
yellow things on the ground I can click on. Pokemon with RNG fights is so much better. Are you sure? Because I've heard people knew nothing but complain about the new one, mainly due to technical issues, but apparently adding all that extra effort into the game made them like, really, fuck up.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
RNG fights really are only in certain JRPGs now, as far as I did. Does a Persona game have them?
Activating combat
I
mode.
feel like that'd be something that'd be part of Persona 5 if I had to play it. Ow, dick. And what fucking die? I didn't mean to hit twice though.
Conflict resolved. Oh yeah!
This actually might get you to not like the game, to be honest. The random encounters seem a bit too numerous. That's maybe, I don't know. Oh.
What is this? But now's not really the time.
I mean, I'm a old school RPG veteran, so random battles don't really irritate me that much. That was usually just how they something you had in them. It's talking about Pokemon. Oh, that's your new mail. Oh, new mail. Our new director, soldier members, I thank you for your daily hard work. Upon receiving a report on an unspeakably tragic incident, I find myself thinking about parental bonds. Just as happiness can be found in non-biological ties, parent and child can be unhappy even if tied by blood. The difference is whether or not there are feelings of respect and appreciation. Without them, ill blood is born. Ill blood is prone to lead to tragedy, and ill blood sometimes affects our missions. While soldier must always execute our missions quickly, we must also focus on risk prevention. What are you getting at in your email? Survivor always one of your favorite games of all time, even though it has issues like the social stats. Well, isn't like social stuff in that game like all what Persona's about? Okay. Can you explain the numbers? It's just like RNG.
Genesis'
It's like a roulette wheel.
We're in that
Sometimes
grave.
it hits on the right things and certain things happen in combat.
Family?
We can't expect reason from him. What about Engil?
He wasn't at the house. But please, give me time. If I find Angeal, I can talk to him. If I can convince Angeal, maybe Genesis will come back too.
I understand now why Sephiroth chose you.
Huh?
Genesis and Engil. Those two were Sephiroth's only friends. He didn't
Sephiroth
want
had
to fight
friends?
them. That's why he refused the mission.
Well, Angeal is my friend too.
He's counting on you to bring them both back. Time is short. Let's go.
Made it in. No problem.
Oh, this is supposed to be a sneak attack.
Go on ahead. I've got your back.
This music is very overdramatic. We're just like, here's some ninjas. Like, Jesus, you could lay off the Carmina Burana music for like a second.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
And it did better than 7 Deadly Sins. Is that an enemy?
This way.
Sounds like an enemy. And I'm guessing it was like a one that was people looking forward to, and then it disappointed. Break box? Nope, no breaking boxes.
Activating combat mode.
anime better than the last Berserk anime. Which one was that? I've only ever watched the old 90s Berserk anime. So I heard the CG one was... There's like a CG one, and there's also a 2D animated one that was... and one was real shit. I missed the chest? Oh well.
Activating combat mode.
Later!
Stop hopping.
Better run for it! Here we go! Go, go, go! Take that! Later!
This reminds you of Power Rangers? What? Putty's attack.
Zach, this way!
We pulled out a gun? Is that what the scene fights with? A pistol? Didn't seem nearly as strong as like the Turks from the last, and then we go from, well, future game. They're playing the Forspoken demo. This game kind of looks slightly low quality. Well, this game is from originally 2008, you realize. Just a graphically up-res, well not just up-res, but graphically improved PSP game. Of course Forspoken is gonna look better than it. To be honest though, I'm enjoying this more than I enjoyed the Forspoken demo. You are? Yeah, because there's actual structure to the combat and the world. Let's go get that chest. I felt like Forspoken was just really messy. $500 whole gil. Old game was janky as ass. Every button press had delay. Reminds me of Power Rangers because you slice people with sword and smoke. Well, I can see that. That's just a staple of a lot of Japanese entertainment. Since, you know, showing blood is often actually hard to get around that. There's laws against that apparently. I think it has legit potential. Well, like I said, I need to see more of it. It just, the combat always felt like a messier version of Infamous. That is a big monitor for a CRT monitor.
Genesis may be there.
The controls felt a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, I was getting that too. It's like really cumbersome. It feels like it's been overcomplicated a bit by adding too many things into it. That is massive. Yeah, that for an office computer, that's like huge. Old CRT. I remember using those back in like school computer class.
Infinite in mystery is the gift of the goddess. We seek it thus and take to the sky. Ripples form on the water's surface. The wandering soul knows no rest.
I'm really deep, you know.
Settle down, Zack the puppy.
The grave at the house. We found the remains of our people there as well.
It didn't take much to have them send false reports. Just some mild threats.
They would have done that anyway. At least your parents would have.
My parents.
He's modeling. Yeah, I know he's modeling gagged.
Me. They had always betrayed me from the very.
I wonder how much they had to pay him to get him to like re-release this game and re-record his lines.
What do you know?
Shiver lapdogs!
And Sing's a bit of a bitch in this game. cinematic beauty here, Chad. These shots. Astonishing, really.
Welcome, partner. I see. You finally made your decision. I'll respect your wishes, old friend. However, can you really live on that side?
Angeal!
Look at these boy band motherfuckers. This is nothing compared to 15, where they literally look like they're from a boy band. These are just very pretty anime protagonists. Get back compared to work. Did they just walk past? Well, no, Sing got blasted in his ass. Never mind. Oh, can we not go back in there? No?
Damn! Where is he? Did he leave the factory?
Oh no, the tension is right. Oh. He redeemed himself with his 1911.
There's no time. We have to leave now.
Wait, we're gonna give up the search?
We can't leave any evidence. An airstrike has been called.
That's a little extreme, don't you think?
Are you sure nobody is at Angeal's house?
Angeal's house!
Yeah, that's what I said. Are you sure no one's there? Head to Angeal's house. I don't have a time limit or anything, do I? Oh, Shinra's basically America, so an airstrike. What? It's a weird statement. Oh, we got a new. Oh, we got maybe a new email. Nope. Shinra's America. I've never heard that comparison before. Everything bad is America, you see.
Genesis has begun shelling the town.
Oh man! What do we do
What?
now?
Genesis is what? I'm so confused.
To destroy shells.
What?
It can't be too fast or too slow. Keep focus. Same routine as before. Are you ready?
I have to be.
Pay close attention to the fuse sound and the shell color. That's all the advice I can give you.
Huh?
Fuse sound?
I thought we're airstriking it, but now that Angeal's shelling it, what?
The sound will indicate the right time to attack. Watch for the shell's color change too. I'm counting on you.
Fuse sound and color, huh? I have to get to Angeal's mom quickly.
Okay. Destroy in. Are you, what? I gotta cut shells out of the air? Enemy cannon shells. Well, these are missiles. I'm looking. Will fly toward you. Destroy them with your sword. When the shells heat up and turn red, that is the time to strike. Slash shell. I didn't see it. It never turned red. This is a rhythm game. They're shooting very slow missiles at me, sir. Man. I was not expecting this. Oh, what? They changed the angle on me. They were shelling a random pile of dirt. Did I really need to care?
The airstrike is commencing.
Kyle can dodge lasers from that robot FF7. He can stab it. I mean, like, why would I? There is just an empty canyon. The shells were harmless. I could just dodged. No, cut them, Zach. Reach Angel's house before the Shinra airstrike begins. If you check Benora's hidden items again along the way, you will acquire those items upon arriving at Angel's. Why couldn't I? Now I can grab them. Yeah, 34 minutes.
I can check out what I picked up afterwards.
Wait, what? Only now I can pick them up? I think there was one up here, wasn't there?
I can check out what I picked.
Yeah, where he's like, it's a thing. I've got 17 seconds. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get all of them.
I can check it. I can check.
Well, I missed one of them. There's one right beside our house I didn't grab.
After some deliberation, I've managed to buy a little more time. Go do whatever needs to be done.
Thank you, Tsung.
What?
Those shells are Shinra products too. So you'll be rewarded for destroying evidence of the company's involvement.
800 gil obtained. Selected items at their Soma X potion. Phoenix down. Obtain. Alright. And that one disappeared out. Also, the time limit was pointless. Oh, cool. The time limit was the... Oh, god damn it. Alright. Genius game. Ah, those old JRPGs, huh? Oof.
What the hell did you do, Angeal? Is that your idea of honor?
My mother could not continue to live, and neither can her son.
What are you talking about? What's going on here?
I told you. NANI? You can't live on that side anymore.
So he did like the school shooter thing where he killed his mom before he leaves. Oh, bully move.
My friend, do you fly away now? To a world that abhors you and I?
Shut up!
All that awaits
Shut
you
up! I'm
is
warning
a
you!
somber morrow.
Oh, he's just ignoring me.
No matter where the winds may blow. I don't see Sephiroth today, but are you game?
I just love that. He's like, shut up! He just keeps going. Oh, but let's just play Bahamut. This guy's collected all the material already.
A summon! Damn it!
Activating combat mode.
Should have bought potion before I came into this fight. Oh. He's kicking my ass pretty good. Yeah, definitely need to buy potions at the save point before I start this fight. Have I played Pokemon? Dragons are weak dice. I have not played Pokemon for a long time. Where's my cure spell? Oh shit. Can't let him use that. Get buzzard? Buzzard. You mean blizzard? That's what I've been using on him. Well, I weakened it. Ouch. Actually, it wasn't even that bad. Booped him.
Conflict resolved.
That just tickled him. I beat the magic spell up before he cast it, so it was weaker.
Summons aren't meant to be used like this. What happened to
How are they
dreams and
supposed to be
honor?
used then, Zach? What do you use a summon for?
We are monsters.
Poetic monsters. Oh, he got the wing, the one wing too? It wasn't Sephiroth first?
We have neither dreams nor honor.
You can also defy physics by flying with one wing. Why does he have one wing? It's a thing with Sephiroth always having one wing, so I'm guessing he has it too. Original
Soldier.
cutscene. Well, I think they've upscaled these CG cutscenes actually.
Doesn't mean monster.
Fuck oh yeah, they're blowing the shit out of this place. All the evidence destroyed, by the way. That's a weird looking airplane. That's the shells I was cutting. Oh yeah. Stopped that earlier. Oh no, the dumbass fruit.
Angeal.
Sad moo, sad moo. The Bahamut is an Arabic fish monster that lies deep below the earth. A fish monster, huh? And they took dragon from it for its all existence. Said that the earth is shouldered by an angel who stands on a slab of gemstone, supported by the cosmic ox, and that cosmic ox is supported by Bahamut. You know what? Maybe they could send Kratos to the Arab world if that's the kind of stuff they got in it. What's her name died? The Angeal's mom? Yeah, because he killed her. Couldn't stand the shame, you know. Seemed like she was standing the shame just fine when we met her, though.
It's over. Everyone's real happy.
So thank you, Venusaur, for the 3 months. Another version of that Arabic story is the Bahamut is indeed a dragon. He stands on a whale called Lewish.
That sword represents our family's honor.
Take those Bezos bucks. I will take those Bezos bucks. Thank you, sir. You enjoy your Amazon Prime account. Weak ass salmon becomes a dragon. Yeah, that's where you get the
Where did you go?
the Pokemon, right? that turns into like, yo, Gyarados.
Zach here.
It's been a while, Zach.
Sephiroth.
Come to Lazar's
Hey, remember that time Sephiroth just calls you on your phone? It seems so bizarre. Soldier floor in the Shinra building features a training room and the materia room. New missions are sometimes available in these rooms. Angel in white. Have you seen a guy wearing a white coat and glasses and dark hair and a ponytail? That's Hojo. Head of the science department, he rose to the top when he established the method for creating enhanced soldier operatives. It was more than 20 years ago that scientists vying for the top spot apparently had a fierce mudslinging feud. Hojo is in the training room now. I wonder what he could be studying. Maybe I'll sneak into the training room later. Soldier. Hey, does anyone recall that battle royale they made about Final Fantasy VII called Soldier? And it shut down like a year later? I don't. Maybe it's something to do with it being mobile only killed it. I don't know. It seems like an idea. Seems like a game that's only ever been played and popular on console and now PC, not being able to be played there might have been an issue. What time are you finished with the stream? Usually midnight for me, which is about a little under an hour. Yeah, I got 8,000 gil. Oh, you can only buy 9 potions. Okay, we'll buy 2 ether. I guess we'll keep it at that. Making a Final Fantasy Battle Royale shows My Hero Academy should be able to do is wait, what? It's the popular anime thing, right?
The training room is currently being used for top secret research. Hence, entry is strictly prohibited. It is off limits, even for you, Mr. Soldier. But I, being the coward that I am, cannot muster the courage to enforce this prohibition. Thus, whether to enter or not will be up to you and your conscience.
I like this guy. Let's go meet Hojo. There you are, you scummy fuck. You're not looking nearly as like diseased as you look in the 7 remake though.
Ah, there you are. Now, let us begin the experiment.
Huh? Experiment? Me?
Never mind. Just make your way to the training room.
Not without knowing what for.
You wouldn't understand it if I told you anyway. But I want to verify the virtual data gathered from a soldier operative's combat results. You are going to help me validate my data by participating.
How do you evaluate and record combat data if it's just someone swinging a sword around?
Now, my precious virtual data.
I've seen this become a thing in a lot of Japanese video games. Remember Resident Evil 3 was all about getting the combat data on the bioweapons. You have no idea how much that is worth.
No, nothing. Now we begin.
Activate the VR.
Activating
So that's sleazy. Well, this is like 7 years earlier, so he just aged really badly apparently.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
What did the Credia see in this Sojo? Oh yeah, I kind of forget that storyline a bit.
With the settings off again.
Or maybe I'm just playing better than your data?
To make such a bold claim, you need to provide more solid data. Fight this next monster and prove your superiority to me.
You bet.
Against these new settings, you will be...
Say again?
Oh, nothing. Now, let's begin.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
I think Hojo has it set to like easy mode. He doesn't realize it.
This is impossible. Were the settings off?
All right, I'll put you into a Dark Souls game next, Zack. Let's see how well you like that.
You see?
All the precious
That's what
combat
Soldier
data.
can do.
Second-rate soldier, maybe. No, third-rate. If you truly are first-rate, then fight my next data. Prove to me.
Fight my next data. That is a statement right there. Fight my data, bitch.
Not everyone can become an elite warrior like Sephiroth.
Huh? What?
Oh,
Also,
nothing.
Zack is apparently
Now,
hard of hearing.
Let's begin.
Activating combat mode.
Maidenless. Well, actually, Zack, he takes care of that issue later.
Conflict resolved.
Magnificent. It appears that you have the talent to become a fine study sample.
Not really a talent I want.
You should be proud. Samples like you only appear every 2 years or so. Yay.
Yay.
By the by, I have an extra special program you can fight. Interested?
Extra special program?
Some data I designed on a lark that displays power inconceivable in reality.
Professor Hojo, you can't possibly mean to use that data on a human.
Not that one. It's way too dangerous.
It would be a worthy opponent for a first-rate operative. Such as yourself.
Sure.
Hey, I'm warning you. Don't do this. That program is way too dangerous.
I agree. It may cost you your life. I'm not exaggerating.
Actually, let me go save first.
Are you with the anti-Hojo lot? Get out then. I have work to do.
Well, they like gave you a second chance to back out. Maybe I should save before doing that. Then we'll give it a shot. Where's the save? Yeah, there it is. It's Hojo. Deep, scary voice. Hojo's kind of the opposite. I can't wait for a scene in the next game where Hojo's on a beach. They're going to have to like play that one up nice.
The ultimate virtue.
Yes.
Hey,
You die in the game, you die for real.
You are indeed a sample worthy of my attention. You need not worry. I will see to it that your remains contribute greatly to science. Now, my precious virtual data, prove my greatness to the entire world.
Virtual. Oh, it's just I fought one of these already.
Activating combat mode.
Probably the tougher mode, I'm gonna guess. The game gave me the ability to spam magic for a while, so I'm gonna use it.
Bringing out the big guns.
1600 damage, not bad. Okay. Up here. See him go kill him. Shoot him with the fucking chopper. Somehow in virtual realm too.
No, not if I can help it.
How am I doing this, Zach? You're in the video game.
Conflict resolved.
Astounding. This is most unexpected. Wait. I formulated a new hypothesis.
What college do you think Hojo went to?
You were saying something about my remains?
Yes. My knowledge, ability, and inspiration have forged a new path. You and I will share a special relationship.
Did you hear me?
Liberal arts school. Yeah, he doesn't feel like much of a real scientist, does he?
Yes. My knowledge, ability, and inspiration have forged a new path. You and I will share a special
He's got a boyfriend.
relationship.
I didn't think anyone could beat that program. You must be some kind of monster. No, something even more terrifying.
Okay. Regardless, we made a friend, and you know it's good to have like a an in on like the board. They forget you're a super soldier, and that's the reason he's doing the testing. But there's difference. Not every soldier is the same. You have first, second, and third. And I think we're just a third.
This isn't for all ears to hear, but the science department...
Yeah, that's nothing new.
Soldier sometimes runs
Every materia is filled with the knowledge of the ancients. The ancients were, of course, our predecessors. And it's said they could converse with the planet. The ancients had knowledge, the knowledge to control the planet's power. This knowledge is what ties us to the planet and creates magic. By the way, it's presumed that the ancients are long extinct.
But just so you know, in this very tower, we got a little girl and her mom. Y'all know the liberal arts means math, physics, and shit, right? Liberal arts is literally just the art. Well, it's yeah. But usually, when it comes like a science degree, you'll learn a very specific art and focus on it. You have new males. President's Declaration. We hereby declare the end of the war with Wutai. Worthy of note is Sephiroth, soldier first class, whose contributions were instrumental in bringing about a peaceful resolution with a minimum of casualties. End of this war marks the beginning of distribution and further development of Mako energy throughout all regions. Shinra Company is dedicated to these goals and will continue to achieve them by any means necessary. President Shinra. At the end of the war. Soldier members. I thank you for your daily hard work. The long war has finally come to an end. All thanks to heroic efforts of Sephiroth and everyone in Soldier. However, the air around Shinra remains tense. Threats from powerful armed forces and anti-Shinra elements too numerous to list. We could deem these distortions born out of Shinra's meteoric rise to glory, and we, as members of Shinra, must always face these distortions with integrity. Hope you keep this in your hearts as you continue in your duties.
Hey, Zach. So, the war is over.
That it is. I'm sure you heard. I ruled.
No, I didn't hear.
You are so fucking lame,
don't mention
Zach.
You at all. On TV, they only talk about Sephiroth's bravery.
But Sephiroth was in B Unit.
Well, our heroes are chosen by the media.
Dreams crushed.
I even pretended to get beat by a little girl.
Oh, come on. Cheer up, will ya?
Soldier Director's Office? What? Pornhub? Sure, why not play that? But thank you for the bits. Sleepy-eyed Sephiroth.
Congratulations. As of this moment, you're promoted to Soldier First Class.
Huh. I thought I'd be happier.
Does that come with a raise?
Understandable. Too much happened too fast. Zack, I'm afraid I need your assistance again.
Are you pushing another assignment on me?
My apologies.
Whatever.
I've got one stream of this
I'll
left.
fill you
What?
in, Zack.
This game is
But
that
before
short?
that, go to the briefing room and change into a first-class uniform.
I mean, PSP game, but I figured at least I don't think it's short. I mean, it's just what I'm reading in chat. First class uniform looks exactly the same. What did we change? You can now equip. Did we look exactly the same? Now that Zack has been promoted to first class, a combat evaluation is given after each battle. Depending on the results, HP, MP, and AP may be restored, so be mindful of your evaluation when fighting. No damage, defeat all enemies without taking any damage. Perfect guard, guard against all attacks and win the battle. Limit, finish an enemy with a limit break. Summon, finish an enemy with a summon. Finish an enemy with magic, finish an enemy with an ability. In-game and rendered cutscenes are 4 hours. Really?
Are you Zack?
In the flesh.
As Soldier First Class, you are now authorized to use Materia Fusion.
Whoa! So what do I do?
First, open the main menu. You should now be able to select Materia Fusion.
Color slightly change. Okay.
Now, try fusing these two materia. That should give you a general idea of how the process works.
One fire and one blizzard.
If you have any
material.
questions, just let me know.
Did you say main menu? Yes. Materia. You can infuse two materia together to make one new materia. This is called materia fusion. Example of materia fusion: fire plus thunder equals blizzara. Some materia cannot be created through fusion. Materia created through fusion are usually set at level 1, but when two of these same materia are fused, the higher level will be carried over. When a master level materia is used in fusion, the higher ranking materia may be created, so once you have collected a good amount of materia, you should experiment often. Regards to parameter carry over the materia fusion, the parameter with greater value will be carried over in the fused materia, and 50% of the lesser parameter's value will be added. Example of materia fusion parameter. Okay, Fyra, mag plus 3, materia 2, attack up, attack 2 plus 2, fuse materia, Fyra blade, mag plus 4. Parameter values of materia 1 and 2 are the same. The resulting materia parameter value will be set number according to that materia's characteristics. See you later, Ryan. The conversion of parameter values shown as percentages is as follows. 10% equals plus 1. This is the fire they gave me, right? So fire plus the weak blizzard. I'll just create thunder. I've already got thunder. Maybe I should do something else. What about blizzard and fire? The system's gonna just creates another blizzard. All right, it's just a way of carrying stats over, but whatever. And where are we headed now? Briefing room.
Do you really think you can hack it in Soldier the way you are now? Do you really think you can hack it in Soldier the way
You
you
just
are
said that.
now?
Sorry, sir.
You don't seem to get the most important thing about being a Soldier member.
Rush, you have a good night, man.
You better think on it.
What's going on? You're not a familiar face. Are you a rookie, third class? I'm Zach, by the way, yeah?
Yes, I just joined Soldier last month. But it's like I can't do anything right. I seem to only get in other people's way. That's why he was just yelling at me.
Hey now, you're Soldier. Don't give up so easily.
But he said I'd be thrown out if I screw up the next mission.
Oh, come on. You made it this far, right?
I know, but...
You're so wishy-washy. Tell you what, I'll go on your next mission for you.
That will not help improve a situation.
What?
Before I
You
leave,
do
take
that?
it in this. Take it. And this guy made it, and Cloud didn't. Yeah, but hey, Cloud gets a power-up later.
Just
Also,
keep it
spoilers.
quiet. Watch what I do out there and learn from it, okay?
Yes, I'll try.
Deku, what? This is a familiar voice actor to you?
Hey now, are you sure you know enough about materia fusion?
Yeah.
Materia fusion is still a new technology. Some combinations and results have not been tried or discovered yet. That's why we want you to experiment. And if you make a new discovery, let us know.
I will now robotically leave the scene.
Finished changing?
Yeah, and I picked up materia fusion too.
Then return to my office. I'll brief you on the mission.
Yes, sir.
It comes off as a Deku. So this is the one. No, I almost said One Piece. The My Hero Academy stuff. Right, Soldier's Director's Office? I make a discovery, then I'm making money off it. That's not how it works when you sign a contract.
The company has decided to eliminate Genesis and his cohorts. This includes Angeal as well.
And you want me to do it?
No, the Shinra army will handle it.
What about me?
They don't trust you.
They believe your emotions will hamper your judgment.
Well, of course.
That's why I'm going too.
To kill them?
Look into my anime eyes and tell me your answer.
An intruder.
Goddamn, why my voice crack while trying to say a good line?
Sephiroth, the president. Zack, entrance.
Yeah, you got it.
I was about to say, look into my anime eye. Shit, I can't even say it now. Look into my anime eyes and give me your answer. And then your invasion.
Zack, get to the entrance.
Classic music, not the weird, like, prog rock they've been doing. Avalanche attacking? It'd be interesting if so. Email. This is official announcement. Notification of the change in status of the following personnel. Angel Hiwi, Soldier First Class, killed in action. Genesis Rhapsodos, killed, what a name. Rhapsodus, I think is what it's supposed to be. Rhapsodus? Genesis Rhapsodus, of course it'd be. Killed in action. Genesis killed in action? Yeah, right. Who do they think they're trying to fool? Just got back from seeing the stage production of Loveless in Midgard. Genesis was a big fan, wasn't he? Usually don't care for classic drama, but it was pretty damn good. The guy is the hero in the original. The play was more from the viewpoint of the girl who helps the guy. I heard the last line, of course, I'll come back to you. Even if you don't promise to wait, I'll return knowing that you'll be here. Wait, isn't it the lines from Final Fantasy VIII? Something's close to it. Oh man, that's when I lost it and just started bawling. Wait, is Loveless like the story of Final Fantasy VIII in Final Fantasy VII? I still need to prepare. I don't think I'm good, actually.
What the? It stopped?
Should I do get off and look around? Right to the entrance. Did I just miss something by not stopping on that floor, by the way?
Why are Shinra weapons attacking the Shinra building? Is this Genesis's doing?
Probably is, since his clones are here. Makes you want to play Control? Really? Seems nothing like Control, though. Oof.
Damn! They're swarming us.
Activating combat mode.
Take that! Got him!
Good day, Dartigan. So what's up, Sylvia? How you doing, man? Spawning in more dudes.
You're in for it now!
Is this the end?
No! Not if I can help it!
Got my kill streak reward.
Got him!
Later. What?
We can't have them calling for backup. I'll draw their attention. Make sure you take them out.
Yeah, you got it.
Are these like events that are gonna happen later in the game?
Turks? Get him!
I think you missed them. You landed in front of them.
What?
It's Soldier! Everyone, get out here!
Scene just started blasting.
What are you doing? They called for backup.
Sorry.
So it started blasting, huh? Airstrike level 4. Get in here again, Sing.
No, not if I can
Using
help
up those
it.
minutes today.
Conflict resolved.
Sephiroth, the intruders are Genesis copies.
There's no doubt. This is Hollander's doing.
Who was that?
A Shinra scientist who stole the copy tech, then vanished.
Are you saying that this Hollander and Genesis are working together?
Quite possibly.
Do you know what they're planning?
Hollander sought to head the science department, and lost. He's borne a grudge against Shinra ever since. He wants revenge.
So petty. And Genesis is supporting this stupid cause?
I don't want to believe it.
Well, then don't.
Agreed. Now, Zack.
You know what? Sephiroth used to be such an easy person to talk to.
Let's go.
This is bad.
We should split up.
Good call.
I was gonna call him a stupid cunt. No, Sephiroth was actually a model soldier before. Before his messianic complex. Oh, cute girl alert.
Sector 8 is Turk's jurisdiction, slick. You've got to be kidding me! Sung, do something!
There's no need for concern.
Huh?
Oh, she's a... Oh, never mind.
Okay.
The other areas.
Midgar's just crawling with nasties.
Soldiers have it.
Wait, isn't that... what was her name? Alina? She's like a Turk in 7?
Just say the word.
Go. Yes, sir.
So now we're outsourcing to the Turks.
Soldiers being stingy.
There's a manpower shortage. Duh. You're a Turk too?
I'm Cisne.
I'm Zack. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for the bits, by the way.
Aren't you on assignment?
Same objective.
That's not
Need some
Alina.
help
Yeah,
here?
what was her name? There's like a female Turk in 7. I forget her name though.
Generous. Well, Sung, Zack, I gotta go.
Cisne has been added. Cisne, okay. New liver break has been unlocked. Lucky stars. Took one look at her. Was like, yep, she's gonna help me in combat. Isn't Alina blonde? Yeah, I don't really recall her very much. Heightened emotions. God damn, man. You Jones and... Oh, what does that even mean?
You with a woman? You can't even
Perfect timing, eject. Finally had one. He's just like, ah, I'm in love. I bet she'll fly a helicopter and shoot my enemies for me.
We're looking for a man named Hollander. If you find him, detain him.
He's here in the city? She is cute.
Activating combat mode.
Not about whether a girl is cute or not, it's whether she can hold a conversation. All she does is speak an Uwu. It's a danger sign.
Warm up's over. Here we go. Go, go, go! Oh
Conflict
yeah!
resolved.
Hollander, is he from... You guys are... Really? Holland. He's got the word Holland right there in his name. I don't think Holland exists in this world. Then again, a lot of the towns have a German aesthetic to them. Like Nibelheim, very German look.
Got him! Oh yeah!
Conflict resolved.
I think I have enough time to finish this mission. You know what else doesn't exist in this game? Good dialogue. Well, this was 2008 Square Enix. It's you know, think of its time. Stop right there, criminal scum. Why are they called the Turks? I don't know, they just thought it was a cool word.
Activating combat mode.
I don't think there was like any mention of why they're called the Turks. They just are. The very Kingdom Hearts dialogue. Well, yeah, this is Tetsuno Mura in his Kingdom Hearts face when you make this game was made. Lucky stars, we get to see it. Come on out, babe.
You can do it, Zack.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Just
on
give-
fire now.
Okay. This gives you motivational support.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, man. You saved me. Oh yeah. Those masked guys causing all that havoc? I think I saw their leader just
Nibelheim
now.
can be translated as essentially as like fog, but also like cloud home.
He's up ahead on this street. I'd stay clear if I were you. That is a token of
I
gratitude.
like that. It's kind of neat. Never knew that bit of, well, his, pun. The Japanese love their puns, though, so it's not surprising. There's no such thing as a pun they will not use. Save the people. Gave us earrings for saving. Hey, men can wear earrings.
Activating combat
Maybe it's the only
mode.
thing of value we had on him.
I messed up.
We just met her. How do we have
this is
memories of
not
something that
good.
didn't happen?
All's well that ends well, Slick.
It's done.
That's Turk's teamwork. Pretty good, right?
Is this like a memory we're having? Because we just met her for the first time.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
Thank you so much.
Even in my date, you with a definitely a you with a woman moment. Even like a dream.
Just up ahead, a really cool older girl came and saved me. But bad guys with big weapons came too. That young lady gave us time to escape by charging out alone.
The Turks are good guys now.
Please, Mister, I'll give you my favorite treasure. So please, help that girl.
Amulet.
Yes, please.
I was kind of hoping for like a the old, I don't know, teddy bear, but okay, your amulet. Help that girl, huh? Buff, have a good night. How do you hold that without cutting yourself?
Genesis. No, they're copies.
Better copy.
Activating combat mode.
G eraser. Oh well, he... Yep, he's doing his best Dante impression right now, isn't he? You're playing Blood Devil May Cry, Zack. What do you think? We already saw this one. Alright, but hey, give me my lucky stars.
Bringing out the big guns.
You can do it, Zack.
Girl believes in us.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Like how he shot like 6 times with a pump-action shotgun with one hand. Impressive, right? It's the power of soldier, you know. They actually pump it so fast your eyes can't even tell the hand is on it. That's so goofy. You see him try to flap away.
When I was a kid,
This is not the
I
time
always
for this.
wanted to have wings. You know, like like an angel.
If people had wings, they'd be monsters.
Oh god.
Wings symbolize freedom for those who have none. They don't symbolize monsters. Impressive, Soldier First Class. You've got skill.
Well, unlike the Turks, fighting's our main thing.
Here, a little gift for helping me out.
Mail address. Oh, we got them digits. I'm assuming, no, she get, oh, wait. Research department? She didn't give me her address. She gave me the address of a shop I can buy at. She's like, here's the web address to Amazon. Nice knowing you. I'm confused. Is this a pickup line or not?
All right then. I'm off to the next job.
But thank you for the bits
You've got
too.
something too, right?
Yeah, I do.
Until we meet again.
Once Sector 8 is clear, come to Mako Reactor 5.
Did you find something out?
Angeal has been sighted.
So it's search and destroy?
The army is mobilizing, but there's still time. You and I will find them before they
do.
And what?
Fail.
to eliminate them.
For real?
Yes, for real.
Awesome! We're gonna fail!
Okay, that was good. I've never seen someone so happy with that. Awesome, we're gonna suck. Here we are. They're doing all the greatest hits. You got the train level and now the Midgar reactor. However, I think we'll call it here for the night. It is 11:50. We'll fail tomorrow. How about that? Ah, well. That was something else. Great writing all around from beginning to end. Later my failures. Well, we'll be playing this again tomorrow, chat. Hopefully you'll have time to stop by and say hello. Yeah, well, despite its corniness, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's alright. It's getting laughs out of me. Hey, that has to mean it's got some kind of value. But chat, you've all been wonderful tonight. Thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I'm like holding in burps here. I don't know why. Gotta love the cheese. Yeah, I guess it's like entertaining cheese, whatever. But chat, you've all been wonderful. So once again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for any bit subs or gift subs tonight as well. Thank you to the mods. If you're new here, hit the follow button. If you want to join my Discord, you can do that too. Type in the code into chat or scroll down and click on the banner. So I'll be streaming this again tomorrow. Who knows how far we'll get. Maybe it's not even a long game. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll fail real good, alright? We'll try our best. Okay. God, if I end up sending this game, that line will most certainly be the achievement. It has to be. Alright, I'm gonna go try to get sleepy. I will see you all tomorrow at 8 p.m. Peace, everybody.